relaxed.
Blue. You look like the creative character. Like
everybody be like, oh, let me put this on.
Yeah. And then whenever you change stuff, you like,
yeah, like
okay, that's not fucking creative character just. Don't stop talking loud.
That's not how you laugh.
All right, y'all ready?
I guess y'all should posture up, no? Y'all should posture up, I guess.
All right, so we're supposed to have, some body language. Not body language, but just a posture and pose.
What Blue's doing? Follow what Blue's doing.
A female.
Just
not all of us can have, perfect posture, damn, yo.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just how you position yourself in the seat.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
No, relax. Both of y'all relax. Y'all are in relaxing chairs, so relax. If that's what's comfortable with you, then that's what's comfortable with you.
Blue wants me to be like.
And Blue.
This is my relaxed.
Blue. You look like the creative character. Like
everybody be like, oh, let me put this on.
Yeah. And then whenever you change stuff, you like.
Yeah, like.
Okay, that's not. Fucking creative character just. All right, so y'all ready? All right, so. Well, I was about to intro.
You didn't even tell us what the name of it was.
It's working title. Yeah, it's working title.
Okay.
Yeah. You was about to ask me a question, weren't you?
I was.
Do you remember the question?
No, because you kept telling me to wait. I think that was the purpose. No, wait. I come back to you.
He was like, yo, so how? And he was like,
yeah. He was like, hold on, I'll let you finish. And then I finished, and he just, I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna revisit it. So, anyways, hello everyone, welcome to Working Title Podcast. I'm Renaissance, artist name Renaissance, and I'm gonna go around and people's gonna introduce themselves.
Hey everybody, I'm Jess, aka J, aka JJ all the way.
She looked like she showed up for parent teacher conference,
right?
like the principal gave her some bad news, and she was like, "I'm gonna whoop your ass when you get home."
What? I thought I look hip and fly.
I mean, you do. You're fly. You're fly, Jess. You're fly. Okay.
So we just gonna skip me?
We going straight to you,
nigga, right? Whichever one. Who,
I think we was looking at you.
I don't even know.
Can y'all just go down the road one?
That's
two,
what I was
three,
expecting, but they're just we just gonna skip a whole Blue and then go to Maluchi.
I thought he went look. If we going, look, it goes here, and then it goes there. It'll be jumping over him to come to me. That doesn't even. Is that am I? Or we start with Jess and we come down if that makes you feel better.
What is your name?
Maluchi. I go by Maluchi. You can call me Maluchi. Yeah.
That's a lot of cutting out that you're gonna have to do.
A lot
you
of
why don't we could just do this all over?
No. We keeping this shit. We keeping this shit. This shit is hilarious. All right, Maluchi. Your name is Maluchi.
Yeah, I'm an artist. Okay. I do scratchboard and some digital stuff on the side, and you should probably keep the name Working Title Podcast.
Okay,
that's a dope ass name.
Okay, I'm definitely going to sit there and stew about it. You say you do scratch water?
Scratch
what
board.
is happening?
I know,
what is that?
I mumble anyway, and then I have a mask on, so it's a double mumble filter.
You definitely look like you're trying to dodge FBI. You're just I need a disguise, and
he definitely got the hat. That's the
right. You don't even have a logo on the shit, man.
You get the generic black one, so you can just blend in. You're just put that joint on.
Right, just bro. Okay, so name Maluchi, right? All right, cool.
All right, so we on me.
Oh my gosh.
Our process of elimination.
I didn't know if Maluchi wanted to put any more spill on.
Time's up. We don't get to know your name. Taking too long.
All right, so anyways, welcome to the podcast, everyone. Oh, for real, introduce your name so we can keep going.
All right, I'm Blue Robin, the artist.
The artist Prince?
Just
No, Jess, so you don't confuse him with the other Blue Robin.
Exactly.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say formerly.
And no, he should say the artist currently known as.
Currently known as, yes. All right, what else? Was that it? I'm sorry.
Multidiscipline artist.
Oh, I didn't say what kind of art I do. I mean, I don't want to talk about what kind of art I do, but
I mean, you brought it up now, so it seemed like you want to talk about it.
but nobody
So-
else did that, so now it's weird. He's the
Oh,
only
now
one who
it's
said
weird?
yes.
Okay,
So now we gotta go back around.
No. Maluchi just got finished explaining
Oh,
all the
yeah,
art
I
he
was-
did.
Hey, he said
Right.
scratch
I
water,
didn't
right?
explain it, I said scratch board.
And
What the
digital
hell
on
is
the
scratch
side.
board?
I don't know. I keep asking you. I'm like, what the fuck is
Scratch
scratch
water?
water? Scratch
Oh.
board. That's what he's saying, ladies and gentlemen. Scratch
Water.
board. Okay. We need some
damn.
pronunciation out here. Scratch board.
All right, I'm sure like this would be better if you just put like subtitles under whatever I say. Like whenever I talk, just put like some subtitles. You know,
Yeah.
it'll work out perfectly.
We're just gonna put a blur screen over your face
Might
to
as
just
well.
to
Technically-
just match the criminal reporting ambiance I'm getting from over here. Like you like, yes, I would like to tell about the crime, but I don't want my identity to be put out there.
Just
Is
scramble
that what
his
you-
voice too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's perfect,
You
right?
might
That
be able
works.
to
This whole corner should be
Yo,
dark.
and
if
yeah,
you
do the blurred face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
That would be
talk,
funny.
I would talk like this. I'm not allowed to tell you my name.
Then you gotta do the confessionals where he's like
Right.
sitting on the side like yeah.
Right.
And
Like-
only show the side profile.
Like you're definitely gonna get whacked if you even like if your head even slips beyond the blur strip. You're about to we killing him. He's dead today. All right.
All right,
So
so
what
what,
kind of art do you do?
why don't we do the names in the introduction one more time so we have a clean one, and then you can piecemeal that part in there. That works.
I guess, but I like how stupid that one was. But okay, sure.
But then you still want to have
I know,
because she wants
I
to
know.
go back to her.
No, I
so-
don't. I don't care. I was just saying, like,
yeah, content, bro.
at first I was.
I mean, if you want to do it, we could do it.
Outtakes.
We could do it. I ain't tripping.
Outtakes can also just be a separate video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the bloopers, yeah, or outtakes. Same thing.
Bloopers, bloops. Okay.
Oh, my
Ready?
goodness.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Working Podcast Title. I'm Renaissance Fauntroy. Could look me up on Fauntroy Comics, Fauntroy Art, whatever. I do comic work. I do painting. I'm multifaceted when it comes to art, and I'm not really here to talk about that right now, at least. But you know, Blue wanted to, so let's do it. Yes.
Hey everybody, my name is Jess, aka J Designs on IG, aka JJ all the way. I do real art, which is painting with oils.
Wait, did she say real art?
Yeah,
Yes.
she did.
Wow.
Um,
Wow. She's one of those.
Offended, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean over here now.
So I paint with oils very much. I do portraits. Every once in a while I'll dibble and dabble into acrylic paint for peasants, but yeah, that's pretty much.
She's going with it. She's going. Hey.
She's still doing it. What the fuck?
Forward.
No, I also draw too. I'm a photographer. All kinds of different arts, dance,
Yes, still. Yes.
etc., etc.
Yeah,
And
you
the
did
accent,
the
too.
accent okay, but
Okay.
you added an L on draw.
And she gave us L's too. Okay, keep going. Are you done?
There's nothing wrong with L's. Yes, I'll let you guys continue.
Oh, thank
Except
you.
it's pronounced draw, not draw.
I did not say draw.
Oh,
You're
Lord.
hearing remnants of your past.
Oh,
Hearing.
damn.
You know, we
Okay.
have like a video.
You
so
see, we're
whoever's
ruining
watching
this intro.
That's like was supposed to be the clean one, and Maluchi just goes.
Okay. Let's start over.
Okay, all right.
Dead on the second episode. This
Right.
dream is dead.
Take
All right.
37.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Working Podcast Title. I'm Renaissance Fauntroy. I do painting, illustration, comic book stuff mainly. And yeah, I'll leave it there.
Hey everybody, I'm Jess, aka J Designs on IG, aka Jess, and I'm an artist. I paint oils, acrylics, drawing, design, etc., etc. I'll let somebody else talk.
All right. Since everybody's looking at me, Maluchi. I go by Maluchi. And I am an all-around visual artist. I do just about anything on computers. Also do a lot of analog work with scratchboard, and I can paint as well. How was that?
You might have to
Boring.
speak a little bit louder next time.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I
picture
don't
it.
like this like straight one. I think it's like dry.
No,
He's definitely a creative character.
It's
We'll figure it out.
No, I'm not talking
We'll figure
about
it out.
you. I'm just saying like.
no, because like for instance, like if people actually want to know information, I think it is like to
Okay.
have some.
Well, I'm gonna put title work in there.
yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
so,
All right, that works.
yeah.
So then I could just go.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then it just
put
be
your-
like-
I'll just put your at. Well, I'll put your at down there. Y'all ain't getting subtitles.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
I'm
you was
just-
going. I
no.
thing he was going to do like
you
the
two
jump
did
in.
that.
lead.
So
automatic.
I'm gonna put your IG down at the bottom, or about that once you introduce yourself, and we just move on.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so
All right, no,
everybody
no
else.
jump in there. All right, what's up, everybody? This is Blue Robin, the artist of love, and I do all things creative.
Hey, get your
The
mind out of
artist
the
of
gutter.
love.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
That's why
artist
the
of
first time
love.
he stopped, he was like, "The artist, I better not go anywhere."
How about just
I knew
five-
it was-
Did not look at my stuff at all.
I know that's your. I knew that was your stuff. I didn't know that was your your tagline.
That's
Yeah,
my,
it
that's
is.
my
Artist
whole.
of
That's my whole
love.
brand. That's my
Yeah, it
brand.
is.
Okay.
That's
But
my
at the-
mission, my message.
You noticed
All right.
the
So
first time he didn't want to say it.
is that? Oh, that's why you got constipated.
No.
You got constipated. You like this. I'm not gonna drop it. I'm not gonna drop it.
No. See, what had happened was
Oh no.
I was
Yeah.
I was in the middle of saying that, but then
Yeah.
something else happened, and I was going to say something else with that, and then these two started to go back and forth, and then I kind of just like lost my train of thought.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I was going.
You ain't
For.
got a lot, Craig. The artist of love. Jeez, I'm gonna always give you shit for that
I know,
one. I'm gonna give
hey,
you
but
shit
it's
for that
all
one.
good though.
I'm gonna give you shit for that one.
Oh,
The
I'm
artist
ready.
of love.
I embrace it.
So,
all. I want to say other things, but
It's like Cupid is just running around with a fucking bow and arrow or whatever.
or a
like
paintbrush.
That. Yeah, and a paintbrush.
Yeah,
No, don't.
just like
Are you wearing a diaper in this situation?
no, not even. A little bit.
No?
a little bit, like a full tuxedo.
That might be grosser.
No, with a fedora. though.
No. Cupid with a fedora? That's
Cupid with a
disgusting. No,
fedora.
that's disgusting. That's nasty. Okay, that's
Why is
nasty.
that nasty?
No, Cupid
Actually,
doesn't
that
have
would
to
look
have
kinda
it.
cool,
I remember-
actually.
It would look kind of cool.
I-
It's almost like tuxedo mask almost, not like Cupid with a baby Cupid.
So I went to our Institute of Washington, right?
uh-huh.
And not once have I ever seen anyone walk through that motherfucker wearing a fedora and it actually done right. So
But I mean, there's a first time for everything. Cue Blue Robin walking into scene.
With a tuxedo.
why does it have to be a fedora specifically? It could be a hat. Why a
Because
fedora?
the
specifically?
fedora, the
Have you ever
fedora.
seen Smooth Criminal? You don't think that was like
Thank you.
a
Thank you.
fedora
My,
genre?
okay, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that you asked that question. So my question would be, would you be able to take Michael out of that specific, well, out of that video, or just out of the music video in general, right? Like it could be any of his music videos. If you was to take him out of that and put him like in like, I don't know, a club or any type of, any kind of situation that would require a suit or a dress up or something like that, would he fit in properly?
Definitely would. Have you go
Yeah.
to
Michael won't fit in nowhere, dude.
No, you know what would happen?
Yeah.
He would create the atmosphere.
Exactly.
So he would make himself.
He will
fit.
become the
He
sun.
would become
Yeah.
exactly.
Like there would be like some like fog and mist that would
Yo,
come around.
you say
And-
club,
No,
No,
Prince
It's a
would.
real shit-
Prince
it's a real
would.
shit.
but Prince is wearing everything else, and that's why Prince is doing that. But Prince is a whole nother story, a whole nother thing.
I don't think that like I really think if you was to take Michael Jackson out of context does not just meld well. Like
No, if he's
now if he was wearing just a suit without the fedora, because this is where the conversation came from.
I feel like
he'll
he got
probably be
something
perfect.
against fedoras, though, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel that's what it is. It's just like he just don't like the hats. That's what it is. No, like
It's
for instance,
just rare that it's worn with a good combination.
Oh no, man, I disagree with that 100%.
So-
Like if you go, like you say clubs, what type of clubs are you going to? Like if you're going to a
I'm
hood
not
club,
talking about when I say combination. I'm talking about clothing, not necessarily where you wear it to.
So what would you wear it with? What would you wear a fedora with?
I would wear a fedora with maybe a nice dress shirt, maybe some slacks or something like that.
You know, there's multiple types of fedoras, right?
I know, and almost all of them fit like a certain type of. Well, they're supposed to fit a certain type of like dress.
Yeah, that's why you have multiple ones, and then you wear different ones for different styles. But if I'm wearing a suit or a dress and I'm dressing up, you got your dress up fedora, as opposed to your.
So what's
like,
a dress
your-
down fedora? Because
A
a
dress
dress down
down-
fedora is still the fedora itself. I feel like it's supposed to be put in like it's in the category for dress ish attire. That's like the equivalent to like a like a dress, like a shirt with a collar to it, like the one I gave Maluchi earlier, right? Like it's a collar, so the collar makes it like puts it out of the category of just like a regular
we
t-shirt.
don't
No,
just, like,
not
talk
fa-
about
not fa-
hats
not
for like the
fashion.
whole time though. I can get like everybody's opinion on this.
I
Like,
love it.
I don't know.
I fucks with
Like,
it.
I feel like it was just it's to give you a
I
little
fucks with it.
splash of color.
And I think
now.
it
Yeah.
looks good with jeans. I like collars with jeans.
Yeah. Like
so
where's
what's wrong with hats
wear some
with
dyke
jeans?
jeans, huh?
What's wrong with the fedoras with jeans?
It's not. I'm not tripping about the jeans.
Oh, okay.
Like if it's dark jeans, sure. But the shirt, I think the shirt would have to try to match the swag.
I see what
of
you're
the
talking
fedora.
about. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, now if you just took the fedora. Now in your case, I feel like the Red Fox would help balance the fedora a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was just like, you can't wear a fedora with a tank top, bro.
I don't know.
God damn it! You can't wear a fedora with a tank top, dude.
If you go to the beach, if you go to different things like that, and you got a fedora on, that's like your dress down fedora, not your dress up fedora. And so
like
your
my
dress
dress
down,
down suit.
yeah, your dress down fedora. It's like, all right, yo, I'm just chilling. It get a little sand on it. I just take it off and go shh shh shh.
you need to team up with a fashion person or another and like put together a fashion show, like a fedora fashion show.
It's maybe I should. I'm like, look, don't.
I'm gonna show you how to like. I can show you how to.
I know
fedoras
that you
can
got
pop.
the fedoras, bro. I got fedoras myself, so it's
Yeah,
not that
but
I
you
had
can make
issues
them.
with
You can
fedoras.
make them
But I'm
pop,
gonna-
pop though.
With the tank top though.
Thank you.
Like
Maybe
if you got
with the tank top and the dress shirt open.
There we
no,
go.
no, 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 no.
Sure.
Like if you on the beach,
See what
and,
I'm
like
saying?
no, I'm saying if you on the beach and it's keeping the sun out your face and you just kind
That's
of.
why we have baseball caps. That's like
Yeah, but, I
But
mean-
he's not talking about function. He's talking about fashion. Like
But it
doesn't
can
look
be
good.
fashionable too, though.
at the beach.
Why can't it? Why can't you be
I
fashionable?
mean,
at the
I'm
beach?
just saying with the tank top, like with the.
I mean, if
Because tank top is dressed down, super dressed down. You know, that's
Nah,
the
it depends on how
borderline
you,
pajama.
It depends on how you spice it up.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was
Maybe
it was a hard
the
topic
Rock
for
could
you.
pull that
No.
off.
No, it's not hard. I'm just saying.
The artist
Like,
of love. God damn. What you about to say, Maluchi?
Maybe The Rock could pull that off.
No.
no, the Rock is
he's
the
too
Rock,
big
he's
for a
too-
fedora.
Yeah, no,
He's too big for a fedora.
No, he could get a nice fedora that would. But I'm talking about a fedora and a tank top for him might be.
The
'cause
Rock-
he's too big.
The Rock looks.
No, I think he could pull off a fedora.
No, he could.
He's
That doesn't.
No.
That messes with his whole brand and look. I
like
don't see him.
he's
in
too
that.
massive. That's like putting a fedora on Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, that's where we start. That's,
No,
that's where we cross the line.
No. It's the swag that comes with
know.
the fedora,
And
and The
he-
Rock can pull that type of swag.
Nah.
Eh, he could kind of pull that.
He needs
swag
a
off.
he needs.
But
May-
what would
maybe
be the
facial
reason
hair.
though? Like it doesn't
Why?
go with anything about him.
Yeah.
It
What would be the
depends.
reason?
It depends on what he's like, what show he's in and stuff like that.
To
or
be
what he's on.
honest, muscle bound dudes, it's like you have all muscle up here. Why do you have this tiny little hat squeezing your head like
No,
that?
the hat has to fit the head though. You got to get it right size. You ain't gonna just get the one
But
size
it
fit
looks.
off.
I know, but it looks like it's
He's trying
squeezing
to
your
say no
head
matter what
because
size hat.
you have muscle from here all the way up to your ears. You just have this hat that look like it's squeezing you. That's why I'm like, look, Rock, you need to take the hat off. You could get a bigger hat, maybe. You're still gonna look goofy.
You know what though?
But I think you look better with just no hat.
You're gonna get protested by like
I
muscle
know.
dudes that
I don't
have
care.
fedoras.
I know y'all could jump in the comments. It's alright. It's whatever. But I think like you gotta unfortunately, and I've learned this the hard way, and a lot of y'all learned this the hard way as well. Certain things fit certain people.
There you go. That's
yeah,
true. That's
like
true.
I've seen people wearing bangs. I'm like, sis, you should not have bangs. Your hair could do well in multiple other ways, but bangs is just
or
not
the
your
opposite,
thing.
you should have bangs.
Oh,
Like,
shots.
you gotta cover some of that face up, okay?
Well,
like
I mean, speaking from someone, I got forehead, so I understand.
you gotta
I
forehead.
understand the struggle.
Mm,
It's not that bad.
yeah,
See?
yours not bad. See,
It's like a 3
I mean,
and a
it's
half.
not like
not
your
a 4.
forehead isn't like this.
It's like a 3.5, not a 4.
You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Maluchi got a forehead. That's why he got a baseball cap. Yeah. Okay. So, next topic. Movies.
So I didn't even know the fedoras was a topic though.
Yeah,
It's not.
shouldn't
It
have
is
been.
now.
Okay.
It is now. I mean, shit. I just wanted to take that shot and
Yo,
keep
that's,
moving.
like, so
But
lame.
you know,
Like-
you put your lawyer suit
No,
on
'cause no,
and
you-
your fedora.
you
and
started- you
he's
started
he's
talking
Your
about-
Honor, this is
Hold on,
No.
hold
No,
on,
what
hold on.
happened was he goes, if we took Michael Jackson out of here, would Michael Jackson fit? And then it became all right,
About
we got
fedoras.
No, it became about Michael, and then it became about fedoras. Like we can't just let you like toss him under the bus like that.
I wasn't trying to toss Michael. I would never try to toss Michael. I just know that, you know, I'm like, look, you just have Michael walking through, Whole Foods or like that shopping.
All right, so you're not rocking a fedora dressed up if you go shopping and whatnot.
All right, so we're gonna still talk about fedoras for like another like. 15
I was trying.
minutes?
I was trying
He
to
brought it back. He brought it back. Like I was
mean, like-
good with it.
And nobody here has one on. That's what's the most hilarious part.
I could go get one.
See?
See, you want a fedora? You look uncomfortable in that. You want a fedora?
No, I was
Okay.
trying to be chill. I didn't
Okay.
bring the fedora today.
Okay, gotcha. Just check it. Just check it.
All right, for those of you who don't know, this is the last thing that I will say.
So
Hopefully
he
we
said to
we
us,
say
we
about
gonna-
it.
But go ahead, watch
Mhm.
this.
But like his logo actually includes a fedora, so it's not like he's just talking about fedoras.
I
Like
mean,
he's actually intimately.
He's a
involved
fedora. He's a
in-
fedora guy.
Yeah.
We could tell.
Hence the offense.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't an offense. I was just stating facts. We just going factual. Like it wasn't an offense. It was just like
It was traumatic experience we don't know about versus offense.
Right. He said, whoa, time out, sir. We ain't gonna just. Yeah, he's just gonna talk no shit about no fedora, bro. I'm sorry, my bad. I ain't mean to.
Sorry,
I ain't mean to
appreciate you.
offend you. Yeah.
Apology accepted.
But did something happen to you when you were younger with the fedora?
We talking about your trauma,
Yeah.
not mine.
Oh no, I just saw a bunch of tacky motherfuckers in school wearing fedoras. I'm like, just
So
dude.
that was the trauma.
That
Yeah.
was the trauma. So
Yeah,
you,
right.
you
I'm
got
like,
fedora
at least
overload.
try to look good. And it was just always just like you got a funky ass shirt or like that,
Okay.
baggy pants, and then
So here's the real question.
Yeah.
What do you have against Phineas?
Phineas, as in Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
He has a fedora.
Is it Phineas or am I missing?
Are you talking about the
like the platypus? What do you have against
What?
platypuses?
I don't have any issues with platypuses.
This is
If
actually
there's any
very-
platypuses out there, please understand I don't have any beef with you, okay? At all.
That show used to
Okay?
be like
Don't be
so
jumping
dope.
into my comments.
That's it. That show used to be so dope.
Eh.
Phineas and Ferb.
That was
was-
after
it
I was
was like-
outside. I was outside at that
It was
point.
like the next. So like that was like what replaced Hey Arnold, I think.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Hey Arnold, no, nothing.
Is this
It's-
what
it's
you
a
guys
cool-
are watching currently as your pastime?
No.
I mean, I watch
But-
Hey Arnold. Are you
Hey
judging
Arnold
me?
was the
No.
joint though.
I don't
Huh?
judge.
Hey Arnold was the shit. There was actually and I actually want to propose this to you all. There was a post today, and they said which one do you get rid of? Hey Arnold, Rocket Power, Doug, or Rugrats. One of them have to go forever.
I'll say
Rocket
rocket
Power.
power.
I don't watch Rocket Power.
So
What's
then rocket power goes. That's a process of elimination. Like that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Audience, I'm sorry.
It
I-
definitely can't be Doug.
I chose my co-host. Absolutely wrong. I didn't vet any of
You
these
want me to
people before they
pretend like
got
I
on
know Rocket
camera.
Power? Oh
Yo,
yeah, Rocket Power is
you gonna
fire.
act
It's
the dude
fire.
who
I
like-
love
Yes.
Rocket Power.
Yes, absolutely yes.
You're gonna ask the dude that like almost broke his thumb. Like I still like my thumb is still like
So
I
this is
fell
trauma.
on my
This is
thumb
This is
like
trauma right here.
trying to like snowboard,
Uh-huh.
doing some of like the non-colored people sports
Non-colored.
Non-colored.
Shit.
No.
just like completely like crushed my thumb. I still don't know what's wrong with it.
And this is because of Rocket Power?
No.
Oh,
They're
okay.
doing
Just
like,
checking.
trying to like do some of the sports that are like done.
In Rocket Power.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, got you. So we're blaming Rocket Power. Got you. Just
Exactly.
checking.
That's
Okay.
why it should
Exactly.
be next.
So
Now, actually, I really like X Games and stuff like that, but like that show was like,
I will explain to you why all of y'all are wrong. It should be Doug.
no.
Go ahead, explain to me why it shouldn't be Doug.
Because Doug was like me. Because
okay.
I saw myself as Doug growing up. Had a little patty mayonnaise back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Had like an asshole bully. Skeeter, not Skeeter. What's the dude's name?
Roger. Roger Klaus.
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah.
Fuck. Hated that dude.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, like.
Uh-huh.
He used to sit in class, daydream, and draw a Quill Man.
Mm-hmm.
And that was you.
Yes, that was me.
I see the
Minus like the underwear.
No, don't minus that.
Don't
You know the
minus
underwear
that.
was
That
there.
was the
You
main
know the
thing.
underwear was there. So, looking back at it, Doug, he got this white kid who was awkward, and they had the black girl there, or whatever, who he had a secret crush on. For
And then his
majority of the
black
show.
friend
Yeah.
or blue friend.
It was never confirmed that he was black. Black folk just owned that he was black. And I'm not just, because of his color? Ain't that some shit? They made Patty Mayonnaise clearly black, and you give this nigga some obscure ass blue color. Like,
It was a
Blue is
swag.
cool. Blue is cool.
And you know what else
the
was
color of love.
dope about
The color of
Doug,
love,
though?
right?
See,
It had like
learning.
some of the dopest musicals.
Doug?
Killer Tofu. That shit was
I can't.
fire.
I wasn't
remember-
expecting him to go.
I can't.
Hey,
I can't remember that. Huh?
you don't remember allowance?
No.
I need some allowance.
Damn you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that shit
okay.
was fire.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember.
No,
Like,
no,
what did Rocket
I'm-
Power have that was on the level of like what we got from Doug? Like I can remember the characters, but I can't remember like any of the main characters from
Okay.
Rocket Power.
I got you. No, I got you.
No one else
One.
here can.
The theme song was amazing. Okay. Got you hype. Regardless.
All right, sing
What
it.
is the thing? Yeah.
We are riders on a mission. You don't remember that?
You probably just watched that.
Action. No. No, that shit was ingrained in my childhood, bro. What are we talking about? Another thing. Let's look at the what race did you see when you saw that show?
It was mostly like half pipes and stuff like. Oh,
Race.
You talking about race
Of
white people?
people. You sure?
Yeah.
Reggie was brown. Otto was brown. Twister was brown.
That's because like
His
that
family was
show
brown.
mostly took place like in the evening, so they used like a brown.
Shut the
color.
fuck up! Shut the fuck up! The evening. No, they were. If I'm not mistaken, they were in Hawaii. That's
Which
why
had
majority
nice
of them are
sunsets
brown.
And a lot of that stuff took.
So you
place.
saying that none of them were just brown just by default? It was always that most of the shit just took place in the
It was
evening.
shady.
Like,
They were
I
brown
can't remember.
characters. That's why Squid was the only outcast, because he was the white guy coming to a majority brown area.
Luigi's like, I don't see color.
I just wish you guys could see my face. Like,
But you see what I'm saying though, like that was like people don't recognize it as one of the few shows that actually had brown kids doing something, and it wasn't like the show wasn't about them being brown. They just happened to be brown. And then a white person was there. They wasn't teased for being white. They were teased for just like, hey, you're the new guy, and the new guy get a nickname. Your name is Squid, so we're gonna make fun of you because you're the new guy. But we're not making fun of you because you're the white guy.
other than like like voting no, like like as far as like canceling like this show for forever and removing it from like the annals of history.
Yeah.
Like we don't have like a.
I know you don't have a
dog
connection to.
fight or whatever like you want to say about it. Like
You talk about as far as Rocket Power?
Yeah. I'm like,
I just
So
can't.
wait, what's the
It's
other
the
two?
most,
Because
like-
Yeah, y'all just went straight to Rocket Power. I'm,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
so, like-
offended. So it's Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Doug, and Rocket Power.
yeah, Rugrats. They're not going anywhere.
No.
And-
Yeah, I love Rugrats.
They're like
And
their
Hey
parents
Arnold.
were like the most.
Hey Arnold has so much replay value.
Yeah.
I don't see how you could do that.
and
either.
it's like meme.
And
gold.
they're also that show is also diverse as fuck too.
Yeah, it was.
Like you had Asian represented, you had Jewish represented, you had Black represented.
You had unibrows represented.
Yeah,
Oh
tons.
my gosh.
It was a rack of unibrows, tons of unibrows. Yes.
So it's settled then.
Doug. All right, back. Let's go. So, anyways, if y'all got some, if y'all want to put the person that you want to vote in the bottom, if it's Rocket Power, then you could just hold that shit to yourself, because I don't need that shit. I don't need no more stress in my life. Movies. What movies coming out? What movies are coming out?
Mortal Kombat.
You gotta do that a little bit louder, bro.
Mortal Kombat.
I didn't expect it to be loud, but okay, good. So yeah. Yay, nay. Y'all psyched about it? No.
That shit
it's
is gonna
gonna
be
be
like super fire.
It is. It
It
definitely
is bringing the heat.
Okay.
The only thing is about like, I hope they find some way to put like the original actor that played Shang Shun, like, because he was a shapeshifter, so you could actually technically do it.
Yeah, they could.
Because like they did it, like it was dope when they put him in the most recent video game, Mortal Kombat 11, and they also put him in like there was like a web TV, like a web series called Mortal Kombat Legacy in season 2. They it was really cool. You didn't see it?
I vaguely remember. I never.
Oh, yeah. So like, all right. So it was originally done like as like a 2-parter. So
yeah,
the first season was just like a bunch of disparate episodes, like that were just character based.
Yeah.
And the second season was actually trying to expand like as an arc, and the production quality of it was almost as good as what you would see in Hollywood films.
Okay.
It's really good.
And you said Mortal Kombat Legacy. I'm gonna have to look that up.
But the movie like has me excited.
Was that the minis? It was like no,
Yeah.
it was one movie, right?
It was
like a 13-minute movie or something.
It was like a bunch of like vignettes, so each one was about 10 to 15, well, not even 15 minutes long.
Yeah. Huh.
And they were all based on characters. So
Okay.
you had like one that explored like Raiden. So the first one, like the first season was like, it like covered like Raiden and...
I hate to cut you off. What is Raiden's purpose? Like, like he only pops up to give exposition. Like he only pops up and he said, "Yo, this shit's about to get fucked up. All right, deuces." I'm like, but you could fix it. Like you could fix it. Oh, I'm not supposed to get involved. But you're here. You're already involved.
He's
dude.
like he's the god of thunder, but like he's kind of weak. Like Mortal Kombat gods are like very weak.
They're just guys with a different superpower.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Why are you saying like
Thor
that's
would
cool?
dog him.
Huh?
I said Thor would dog him.
So okay, so they
So what is it that you love so much that you're so hyped about seeing? If you're calling all the characters weak.
There we go.
That's a good question. I got an
Oh,
answer for you. But...
Blood and gore.
Now, I know that we've been waiting for a Mortal Kombat movie for over 20 years. Okay? We've had teasers before. We've had mentionings before. There was actually a I guess you could say not a fan-made movie, but a mini movie done back in like 2015. And now we finally got this. So I'm like, look, I just need it to actually happen. Okay.
Oh, they already got
I'm
the date set
traumatized.
and everything.
Yeah, but
When's it coming out?
It's April, maybe 16th or somewhere around there.
I have this feeling
19%.
that
Yeah.
you guys are gonna be disappointed, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, it's on HBO. It's on HBO Max. I think that's where it's coming
Yeah.
out with. Yeah.
So what if it is a flop to you?
I feel like
How
it's,
would you feel about it?
Mortal Kombat 2 was also a flop. which is interesting. So,
That was trash. It was it was garbage. I'm sorry. Continue.
So I was looking at Mortal Kombat and I was checking out some of like the costume designs, and it's like, since when did like ninjas wear Reebok? Like they have like straight
They gotta
up
be fresh too.
Reebok, yo.
They can't.
So
be...
like they were fighting like near the core of the earth, or like, you know, in like a
What?
subterranean duel. Remember,
Okay.
like they had like this whole thing where they had like orbs that would like go through like geothermal vents. Yeah.
That was so stupid. Did you remember that movie?
No, I block certain movies out.
Okay. That's called childhood trauma. Okay.
Y'all like, I cannot wait till that comes out, but I hate this, I hate this, I hate this,
Yes,
I hate
right.
this.
I'm gonna tell you what I like, what I'm looking forward to seeing in the movie that's coming out. I watched and saw a lot of the different story arcs and character arcs for the different characters and stuff, and how they really like fleshed out some of their stories, and they're putting a different take on it, and they're combining it with stuff that makes sense realistically. Yeah. And so for me, I think that, like, to me, I'm like, all right, I like seeing that. I like seeing the actual storytelling, because you can find millions of movies that have the blood and gore, but the story is what makes it worth it. Like when you play Mortal Kombat, it's cool when you're playing a friend or whatnot, and you're going back and forth, but you actually are really playing to see how the storyline goes. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why you play as different characters. Right. Because the storyline changes from character to character.
And when they announced the movie, there was so many headlines that was saying it's confirmed that they're gonna have fatalities in it. I'm like,
oh yeah.
But the fuck?
I saw some of that.
Like, that's all. That's majority of what they've been doing in the games is focus on fatalities. I'm like, but that's not what I care for. I want to care. I care about story,
right?
The game.
And on top of that, I care about like just the engine. You know, like how fluid do the characters move,
right,
and stuff like that.
But that's the thing. I think what they're doing is they're kind of finally fusing the two together, because before the movie didn't really fit that well with the game. It was like two separate things. Yeah. And I think now it's going to be like where they kind of pay homage to it. It's similar like how you would do with a comic story. Yeah. Like you're playing homage by putting the fatalities, and then even some of the language that you would get from the game, they're finding a ways to put it in. And some of the things they were talking about was finding a way to make it make sense in the movie. Like they didn't just put it in there just to have it in there. They worked it into the scripts and worked it into the storyline.
Okay. That's one thing about the games. Like I don't own any of the consoles, but like from time to time, like I'll watch like the story breakdown of what happened in the games, because I find them interesting. And like they do a good, like actually it's really a superb job of between motion capture and animation, and the stories actually are done or presented in a way that makes sense, as Blue was saying. You know, because like each one, like each story, like sort of built, and then like it has had like several
retcons.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't even give a fuck. I don't even know what the damn story for Mortal Kombat is now anyway, because so many different things change and stuff like that. But I would like for them to come up with something good and just stick to it. And
it's good.
Yeah.
What about you guys saw the Street Fighter movie, right?
What?
You talking about Assassin's Fist or something else?
No, there's
a Street Fighter movie?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that.
You're not talking about like the Jean-Claude Van Damme one.
Yeah.
How old
this thing is old. It's so old.
It's about 20 years old.
One of those things that would be embarrassing to watch.
They had Blanca in there and everything like that.
You call them Blanca?
That's
Blanca.
Blanca.
It's Blanca?
Yeah, Blanca.
What's that other guy that you said we pronounced wrong? I was so mad.
It's Ryu.
No, it is. It's not real.
It's Ryu.
What?
It's Ryu.
But you can say Ryu.
Americans call him Ryu.
You know, people from the hood like no better. So like, you know, when I was
that's like the equivalent to saying Pokemon.
So now we gotta be from the hood, right? Wow.
When I used to play that joint in the arcade, same thing. Or like, you know, at my grandmother's house.
Why you bring that one up?
because we were talking about fighting.
And
We were talking
she
about
got
games.
all excited and
We were
shit.
talking about games that turned into movies. So
Oh,
I was
okay.
like,
I thought
well,
there was something new more recent.
That
another
that would be
game that
perfect,
turned into a
but-
movie that I was hoping for a part 2.
Sonic?
No,
Never mind.
but Sonic is
It
cool.
actually-
Sonic was
it actually
good.
decent.
Sonic was decent.
I love
I'm glad that
especially they
changed it,
changed
though.
once they changed it and stuff. But I was gonna say Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, come
That
on,
was a
man.
movie?
No.
It was a movie.
a tragedy. It was a tragedy.
It was a
It
movie,
tragedy.
and then it ended
Correction.
with a cliffhanger, like it was about to be a part 2, and I was waiting for part 2 because I figured that.
waiting.
No. I figured that part 2 would make it
was
better.
waiting.
Like I feel like the first one was just like,
Wait,
oh, it was
when
just
did
kind
that
of
come out?
setting it up.
When was that out?
It was around the same time that the
Oh,
Street
God,
Fighter
it
came out.
Man, that shit was bad, yo.
Jess, it was horrible, and the fact that you wanted more of it. You thought it was gonna get better.
I thought it was gonna get better. I feel like it was
No.
just setting the stage. It was like, all right.
It was setting the stage. You got 2 hours. You're not setting the stage.
I need to know what happens in this movie.
Okay.
When they walk around.
Yeah,
it's like,
you want it or no? You want it or
No, go ahead.
Okay,
You got it.
I'm happy to do this. So we have Super Mario, right? Who's the guy who played? He played. I forgot the actor, but he also played the detective in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
which is a pretty good movie as well.
Yeah,
That is
that's a
and-
good movie.
And
that's
for
that's
its
a classic.
time, it's like
That's a
man,
classic.
The animator that like did the animation for that movie,
Yeah.
Richard Williams.
Yeah.
Like he wrote like it's called the Animator Survival Kit,
Yeah, I heard of
and
that.
it is like the animation book. So it has like all like he pretty much so throughout his career as an animator,
Yeah.
like he studied under all like great animators of the time.
Yeah.
Or like even other artists that were prolific in the craft.
Yeah.
And that's actually what he writes about. And then like he breaks down, so it's
So how does that relate to Roger Rabbit?
oh it does. All right,
I know I was throwing out a trick question.
No. It's not a trick question because like he used all of that experience and he put that into movies such as Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Because like he studied under like Chuck Jones, like
Okay.
you
Gotcha.
know, Art Bap, like
Right.
a bunch of
Tex
like
Avery.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I see what you're saying. All right. Damn, that was a huge segue. Okay. Where was I?
Super Mario.
Oh yeah, that trash ass movie. So it's him as Mario, right? And remember, what was the guy who played Luigi? It was a skinny Italian dude. He shit. Remember
John
Godzilla?
Leguizamo.
I suck at pronouncing Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. Yes. So it's them two. They're like literal plumbers, right? And they spend a lot more time on plumbing than anything else in the movie. So
Because they were plumbers in the
Yes.
So
game.
what's the story then?
So at some point they get pulled to Super Mario Land or like that. There's no mushrooms. There's a fungus growing all over stuff or whatever like that. King Koopa Bowser is just like this white guy in a suit and he has like spiky hair and he's trying to turn everybody into Goombas, which are just these gigantic anamorphic things. They're not even like they're just like big guys in suits with shrunken heads. Like shrunken lizard heads.
But Yoshi was in there.
You know what?
What does Yoshi look like?
It
Go
was
ahead.
like a
Go ahead, ruin her dream. This is a terrible movie. Terrible movie.
wasn't he like a raptor or some shit?
Yes, it was a tiny little raptor.
But that would make sense. Like if you
It's a dinosaur.
Yo.
And
So-
so was there a princess? And like what is
There was a girl. She wasn't Peach. Her name wasn't Peach. I don't think.
Have you guys seen Mario Warfare? It's a YouTube like
is that?
movie.
No.
Oh,
That shit. So like that's actually how like the Mario movie should have been done.
I'm sure.
Is it a
That
Warner
shit was
Brother thing?
fantastic, yo.
I'm
It
sure.
covers like all of like the references from the video games. Like
Yeah.
it actually finds a way to like bridge other Nintendo characters into it.
Any 10-year-old could have done a better movie than.
No, actually, like
And you
guys,
psyched
like I
for it.
think
I was
like,
nice
this
at
is
the
your
time.
homework.
I was excited because I was like, oh, it's this and that. I was like, I didn't think it was like an amazing movie. I just thought that number 2 was going to be amazing.
No, that was number 2 right there. That was number 2 right there. A big pile of number 2.
So, is there going to be a Sonic number 2?
Yes.
What
You
is
know,
that?
you see
Right,
Tails
at the end, yeah.
Well, no.
But then they
I
actually,
haven't seen anything
I
else.
think all movies set it up so that there can be a next one. That doesn't necessarily mean
They're
They
there's
actually
gonna be a
announced
next
it though.
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
They
because
actually had a
That was
teaser.
exciting.
trailer, but,
everyone
2020.
wants a giant franchise, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you can't. How can you franchise? You can't really franchise Sonic.
I love the movies where they just go like, yo, we only planning on doing one,
Yes.
and then we're done.
Yeah.
And then they make sure that one is amazing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, we're going to write something completely different.
Yes, and that's what good art is. It doesn't everything doesn't have to have a part 3, 4, and 5, because you're
Save
just
that for television.
not even that, because television sometimes suck too.
Yeah, actually, like speaking of that, like that's actually one of my favorite animes did right. So like Samurai Champloo. Like,
Okay.
it was just 26 episodes, and once it was done, it was done.
Yeah.
It didn't go back and
Don't try to
like,
squeeze
add
any extra shit
anything
out of
else.
it. Yeah,
Just 26.
yeah.
Just 26.
Like I feel like that's a, and I'm glad that we're on this topic. I feel like that's a lost art when it comes to creating. Is that like it doesn't like people will try to squeeze this gigantic universe out of a good story, and now you have this overinflated thing, and I'm like, we can't even focus on the story anymore because you want to try to include a million different characters and have all of these different universes combining and stuff. I'm like, focus on like small stories still
Yeah.
matter. Small stories still matter. You don't have to create this gigantic franchise off of this one simple idea.
But people want to do one thing and then just be able to eat off of it forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But unfortunately, that's where you have to okay, I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna create this, and I have 4 different things I created, and I want to eat off of all 4 of those.
It's also sometimes fan demand.
Yeah.
Because fans want to see more of their favorites. Like, I was kind of upset Luke Cage is finished and, Jessica Jones. And I was upset at the end of them. I'm like, I wanna see more.
But
I didn't like the season 3 though. That was trash.
of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it was
So-
so bad.
I don't like all the character arcs, but the whole point is you want to see a
Yeah.
different ending and whatever.
But
So
I think there was a reason behind that, though.
What? Oh, of Jessica Jones, or
I think just all together, because remember that's when Disney started to buy up everything, and then now,
the psych buy-up.
huh?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, when they started to buy up everything, so then now when they get ownership of all those characters and they also have their own streaming platform, then it doesn't make sense to try to do something of that nature because now you're competing against
yourself.
yeah.
It's
And then also you have to ask permission from Disney, not from Marvel anymore, to do certain things.
Disney's a disgusting animal. Love you, Disney. But I remember watching Jessica Jones, and I love season 1. Season 2 was No, season 2 wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Season 3, because that was when they introduced her mom, right?
The mom and when the best friend became a superhero.
Isn't that when
Was
Luke
it
Cage
season
came in
3
there
or
too?
season 4?
Luke
The
Cage
mom
was in
wasn't
2.
bad, but
Luke
it's just
Cage
like they
came in
just
2.
ended it like
Yeah.
abruptly. So like they wrote themselves into a
Oh,
corner,
like
and
her
then it's
Jessica's
just like
mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like at the end that last episode is what like after that last episode of like when her mom dies. I can't remember which season that is, but
Yeah.
like that was like when it just went downhill. It just fell off a cliff. And then like the next one, it was like Trish, like her
She ends up in
adopted
the
sister.
max security.
Yeah, they
prison.
sent her to the raft, like the
Yeah.
same super prison that they put the
I
Avengers
didn't like
in
that
after,
arc of her. I
Civil
was
War.
hoping they would bring it back around. I was just like, what? That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
fans demand more.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
But we did not demand more of Iron Fist.
That was booty.
yeah,
That was
straight
booty.
But I felt like the reason for that was that
There's a bunch of reasons.
but I think they were literally working on the the combining all of them together, and so they
That
just
was
wanted to
good.
get
They had to get it out there.
They just had to get him out there so people knew who he was when they did
But
that.
they could have. The sad thing is, they could have included him in the Luke Cage series.
That they should
They
have.
One thing
did.
I
It was
hated-
only like a few, like maybe 1 or 2 cameos that
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah, but that
I
wasn't
don't even
really like.
remember
So-
that.
Yeah.
I
You
remember.
guys actually discouraged me from watching Iron Fist because of like
It was
all-
trash.
I
yo.
was getting
It was
into
booty.
all of it, and then I was just like,
It was
no.
booty.
The hardest part is being a martial artist and watching it.
Oh,
fuck yeah.
that's the words you said.
I remember. I remember the first episode. You just see him standing in front of this big tower. I mean, this big on skyscraper, and they're playing like some hip hop joint, some classic hip hop joint. And then he takes his headphones off, and the fucking music stops. I'm like, get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! I'm not even saying that you're. I'm not even saying that you're not listening to it. But come on, dude, for real.
You know what
it
it's
was-
like?
it
It
was
might be
bad.
like Star-Lord's Zoom.
Yeah,
That's what
same
they were-
fucking
that's what they
shit.
were going
I was just
for.
right. It's just
Oh,
like
really?
they're
I didn't
they're
pick
trying
up
to
on that.
cram this. Yeah, I got soul. I'm with it and shit like that. And I'm like, okay, but you can do it and still be a white person, okay? like, and he did so like it was one episode when he was meditating, and he was focusing on his key and all of that stuff, and I forgot the actress name, but she was like his love interest. She was Asian, right? And not only was she Asian, but
Talking about
she
Colin
was
Wynn, the character.
yes, and she was familiar with martial arts
Right.
and Asian
She's
culture.
good.
It's not like right. So she walks in and like that, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm focusing my key," and then he shows her how to do X, Y, and Z. I'm just like, that's
Should
not,
be the opposite way around.
that's not how this works, buddy. That's not how this works, dude. Like, but I'm just like another one. I'm just like, okay, dude.
Yeah,
We get it.
I really just think the fight scenes and the
I wasn't
martial
even
arts
tripping about the
aspect-
fight scenes. Nah, that was trash too.
That was
was
just
trash,
hurt.
too.
That was hurting me because
No.
it was
And-
hurting. So because I was like, all it does is it take like just hire someone or cast someone who actually knows it.
But that's why they did cuts. They did cutscene. Like if I throw a punch at you or whatever, by the time that fist actually lands on you, it's a cut. You know.
Yeah.
By the time I cock back, it's another cut. So like before you know it, you had at least 30 cuts within a 5-punch exchange, and it was just like this. Okay, and on my issue with I don't give a fuck whether, the fighting is
Like it has to make
inferior
sense though.
or about that. Yeah, my issue is that your name is the Iron Fist, okay? Out of all the 4 defenders we're talking about, I expect you to be the most martially artist. Like you should be the one that
Martially
like,
artistic.
yes.
Artist.
I made that shit up for
Martially
that.
artistic. I got it.
But I was just like, you should like I should know for a fact that I'm like, yo, you will whoop the shit out of Daredevil. You know?
Yeah.
Like I should
feel
know
like,
that
honestly,
off the
I
jump.
felt like the fight scenes in Jessica Jones were better.
Yeah,
They
the
were.
fight
I
the
love
fight scenes in
Jessica
Roger
Jones.
Rabbit was better.
Oh yeah, that was.
Like it was.
But wait
such
a minute. I thought in martial arts you're supposed to hold back
No,
and you don't fight.
You know, martial means
Absolutely
military,
No.
right?
And-
necessary.
in movies, you beat the shit out the guy until he submits.
Actually,
okay.
So speaking of which, there's a television show called Into the Badlands where
I love that movie. I mean, I love that
every
show.
like even like the people that did that weren't really fighting,
Yeah.
like they went to a fight camp and they practiced.
That was great. And
So-
and the cinematography in Into the Badlands was really good.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. That was a really, y'all need to check that out if y'all
My
interested.
son is into it.
It
Shit
came out
is
like a
just-
while ago. Oh, that's another one. So who here watched Walking Dead or watched Walking Dead?
I
Past
stopped
tense.
like at season 8 or something like that.
What was season 8 for you? What was season 8?
Well, I don't know. I think it's season 8. So it's when Negan. So I can tell you the exact last
Negan
episode.
kills.
So it was when Carl died.
Okay.
Carl
Spoiler alert.
dies? I'm just kidding. I didn't watch it.
Spoilers.
I said that shit like after it'd be like, oh shit.
You?
You can
Did you-
beat
did
that.
you
Nah, I didn't even. I'm not a zombie type person.
Oh god.
Unless it was I Am Legend.
I Legend was okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. that
never
was cool.
watched World War Z
Nah.
with Brad Pitt?
No, I tried to watch it and then I was just like, yo, this is doing too much.
I didn't expect Brad to die or suffer any type of major injury in that. I might just y'all gonna get one of the prettiest niggas alive to get mauled to death by zombies. Come on, bro.
Yo, those zombies, like, actually, so, like, here's the real question, though.
Yeah.
Which zombie apocalypse would you most not want to be in? And which one do you think is the most survivable?
Most not. I think Walking Dead is probably the one. Well,
I don't
as
want
far
to
as
be in any of them.
this conversation got dark. Which one do I not want to be in?
No.
Left 4 Dead, the video game.
Fuck yeah, that's actually a good ass answer, yo.
These things in Left 4 Dead, they had superpowers. Yo. I don't need that. They had superpowers. Yeah, there was one called the Hulk, and it was just a giant zombie, and they beat the shit out of you. Like they pick you up and body slam you.
Or even like the Charger.
Yeah,
like,
you don't need them niggas.
Too, like that's ridiculous.
I don't need that. I don't need that. So the only reason why I brought up Walking Dead is because there was a trending Twitter post of it's actually a conversation when everybody quit watching Walking Dead around the same time. Like everyone, like around the same moment, people quit watching Walking Dead. Majority of the people said that they quit watching around when Glenn got killed, and I was like, what's that, season 4, season 5 or something like that? You quit around when when Carl died, right? I quit around the same time, okay? Because I'm like, all right, Rick, this nigga killed your son. He killed multiple people that you are leader of. But he killed your son, bro. What are you gonna do about it? We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. We don't need no more people dying. Fuck that!
That's actually a good Rick.
I am killing. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
But I'm like, I'm killing this nigga. Are you serious? You're trying to negotiate after your son died. Come on, bro. Come
actually,
on, bro.
That might have
That's
been
when I
Shane's
quit.
son, though.
Huh?
Nah.
Y'all just giving spoilers and all this
know,
other stuff.
like-
Look, if y'all didn't catch that shit by now, then I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm
watch.
sorry. But it was that was the time I quit. If y'all really was shocked when Glenn died, then I have to break it to you. The most likable character is gonna die the soonest. That's just writing 101.
Like,
Go ahead.
Well, but we did, but
like
I don't know if she's still alive.
Game of Thrones. Who died first in Game of Thrones? Who died first in Game of Thrones?
the main guy.
Who was also
Yes,
the
he
most?
wasn't the main
Yeah,
guy.
but it's Sean Bean though.
The
Sean
most likable.
Sean Bean is always survived by everybody in any movie ever.
What do you mean?
They always kill him. He was Boromir.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that specifically.
Yo,
We're talking about the likable character. The
Yo.
likable character dies.
no matter what.
The most likable
When you
character,
see him,
shall I say.
his name in like the credits or something, and it's like Sean Bean, like in the very beginning.
You just
It's
gonna see
like,
him die.
yo, you know that he's not going to live through
Yeah,
the film.
he's gonna lose it. He's gonna take the L. We know. Shit, I believe
Yeah,
it.
and then it happens in like the most gruesome ways imaginable.
Y'all remember?
most of the time.
Y'all remember Four Brothers?
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Who
I know
died
what
in Four
it is,
Brothers?
though. The black dude.
No,
Andre
no,
3000?
no. It was the young,
The
charismatic,
the most
yeah.
likable character.
the young charismatic one.
It's-
yeah.
That's what they teach you in film school?
No, it's just a pattern that I
That
peeped.
you picked it
Nah.
up?
Yeah,
But that's what
Actually,
happens
like,
is you
but-
get.
film.
But here's what you do
They
though.
would just
You
reinforce
kill
it.
like the darkest like black male figure first. So like if we were in a horror
who's
movie,
probably gonna be likable
yeah.
too. Yeah,
But he would die first.
The
though.
Matrix. Who died in
first
Matrix?
The Matrix?
What is it? Tank or Dozer?
One of the likable characters. One of the most likable
what happens
characters.
is it also gives that emotional connection because once you get
know.
shocked with that,
No.
then you're hooked all
I
the
know,
way
no,
in to
no,
see
I know,
that
I know.
revenge
I'm not
happen.
saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying once the audience realize who's the most likable character,
You
they're
already
not
know
expecting them to stick around.
Yeah.
You know, don't get shocked when Glenn dies. I'm like, this nigga, everybody likes him. Everybody likes him. He's going to die. He is going to die. I hate to break it to you, but he's going to die. You know, like that's shit. That's just that's the short end of it, to be honest. What?
So has any movie ever surprised you in that regard? Where they didn't follow the usual pattern of things? Because I
Um,
don't like talking about movies with you because you always find like that thing. So I need to know the movie that actually caught you by surprise.
ooh, damn. Um, I would have to say, so my favorite Marvel movie by a long leap is Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Yeah,
Spider-Man Into the
facts.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And one of the reasons why is because of the fact that it surprised me.
Okay.
Okay. He had a great bond with his father. His father did not die.
But if you know the comic part, then you would.
But I don't. And here's the thing: I don't need to know the comic book part. You know.
No, I'm saying, but if you knew that, then you knew that wasn't going to happen.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Well, not
but we're
necessarily.
talking about
Sometimes
Hollywood
it's-
now, okay?
yeah.
Right.
You know, we're talking about Hollywood. Not only are we talking about Hollywood, but we're talking about a black character in Hollywood, and on top of that, a black character that's essentially fitting into a white world. So, and usually in those situations, the father catches an L somehow.
But
Yeah,
the person he connected more with wasn't his father.
It was
the
Peter.
It was his
uncle, right?
uncle.
Yeah.
And his uncle did die.
yeah, and that's so, and that's where
Which is the same thing.
Is
Peter. I mean, it's really kind of the same.
it was story building, which I liked. You know, like
I mean,
you know, because here's the thing: his father, it wasn't really spoken, but his father and his uncle didn't really have a good relationship.
no, that
you
was
know?
clear.
Yeah, and he didn't. You know, I'm saying, like, when I say they didn't speak on it, as in like they didn't explain that to us.
Right.
It was usually just, you know, subtle shit.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't really explain saying, yeah, this guy beefed with this guy, you know, for X, Y, and Z reason. You know, he just didn't like him hanging around his father, his uncle. And whenever he really asked why or like that, he's like, I just don't, you know,
Right.
that's just not my guy like that. But him dying, not exactly, because the moment he died wasn't to kick the story off. It wasn't to push the plot forward.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben died to push the story forward.
But no, that's not true. Because remember, he was doubting himself, and he was kind of like all over the
He
place.
still had to doubt himself. He still doubted himself.
Yeah, but once he lost his uncle, it was that connection that almost made him feel like he was alone, because his uncle was the only person he related
Yeah.
to. And then that feeling of aloneness is what kind of triggered the flipping.
It was more so I feel like it was more so he had to. So, in film, like when it comes to hero stories, they always set up a mentor,
Right.
or whatever like that. It's a mentor, and then you know it's the student, right? It's the wizard and the young knight, and the wizard or the older one always have to die to be like a catalyst for them to,
Right.
to push them forward. You know, in a lot of cases, it's just like I don't have any other choice. I have to do this. You know, so in his situation, I feel like it was more so, okay, look, we've been dealing with these Bamas for way too long. I can't not whack this guy at this point. You see what I'm saying? Because, like, remember, after the fact, what are you chuckling for?
Like, I feel like, I don't know how large this podcast is going to be, but like you're going to need to leave like a sub text for like what Bama is.
Yeah.
Because, like,
All right, I'm gonna put that in the
that's some straight DC shit.
Oh shit! So he's like, "Yo, I can't not take out the Kingpin at that point." Because remember that conversation at his dorm room afterwards. He was like, "Yo, we got to do this. We got to do." They're like, "Yeah, we got to do this," but you're a liability out there. We can't rely on you right now. So if you can shock me or like that at will, then do it. If not, stay home and do your homework. And that's what happened,
It was
you
a
know?
good movie.
So I think that his uncle wasn't necessarily the catalyst to push the story forward, but it was more like the catalyst to give him a drive to move.
Right.
You know? Now, if it happened at the beginning of the movie, like closer to when he got stung or whatever like that, because remember because Peter was actually that catalyst. when he died, remember Peter got killed right in front of him or like that, and he had to he was like this shit, and then like right after that he had to run for his life or whatever like that. So now he's like this, damn, I really have to, you know, figure out how to use this little thumb drive because this nigga died. I can't not do this now, you know. So that's what really pushed him forward. The uncle dying was more so, all right, that's a wrap. That was my last straw. That's essentially Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 in the Cell games. You know, like he's like, yo, you killed my uncle, bro. Like, you killed Peter. Now you killed my uncle.
Isn't it even the way the uncle died was the uncle was dying as a sacrifice for him?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you know at that point he had to make a decision. He was like, all right, do I kill my nephew or like that because this is part of my job,
right?
Or like that, or do I, you know, send him down? He's like, no, I can't do that. And
Did you guys play the PlayStation?
No, I heard that's a different story too, isn't it?
It is, but still.
That nigga look old too. He looks older.
I think he is. I think he's older in that one, and then he's like Peter's his mentor or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And they both like work together.
I've been meaning to get that game solely because I want to support it, but I don't know. I mean, am I supporting a black business?
No, you're not.
Okay, so like, fuck it. It's whatever, you know.
You're supporting like black targeted media.
Yeah.
Not
so that being the case, nah, fuck it. So so that was a movie that actually to answer your question, that was a movie that actually surprised me because when it was first announced, I was like, okay, I'm skeptical as fuck. I'm already recovering from Star Wars. Okay, I'm recovering from Star Wars. Okay, my scars are a little, you know, they're healed a little bit. I don't want another Finn situation. No. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the moment I get in the theater and I watch the movie or like that, I would say Miles will have it like maybe like 30-40 minutes screen time, and then Peter kind of just shoves him out the way, and now we're just focusing on Peter for the rest of the movie.
Oh, almost like how did
like Star Wars.
But I never watched this one.
Yeah.
But I noticed how they changed the marketing of it, and the advertising for it was the Gods of Egypt or something like that. Where
that just made my stomach hurt.
It was only one black god in there.
There was? Yeah. It was played by Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Who?
Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And before he was not in like any of the key art, any of the like the advertising, anything like that until
people started getting pissed.
Yeah, no, until stuff started happening, because that was around the time it came out. There was a lot of stuff like tension, and that was happening here in the States and whatnot. And I think for them to try to come in a good light, it was just like, oh look, we are pushing.
We're including black people.
Just put them in
a black person.
Yeah.
Right. Tokenism is not solving anything. Just exclude us, okay? Like, like for real. No, like. I know Hollywood is not fucking listening, but look. Stop the tokenism, okay? Art imitates life, okay, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna have a black person in the story, you're gonna have multiple, okay? We don't like to just be there by. You think I'm gonna feel comfortable just being in a room, being the only black person, and like there's a million white people? And yeah, everything's fine. I don't see color. No, I want black people with me. I want to feel comfortable, okay? We do we not code switch? We code switch all the time.
It's being bilingual.
And it's actually subconscious, too.
Yeah. Like, I put on my interview voice when I don't intend to put on my interview voice.
Speaking of interview voices,
what?
A movie that I loved, which was weird and...
Sorry to bother you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
We still
you can't tell.
Yeah. I'm not.
That one we cannot spoil.
Okay, the only... All right, Sorry to Bother You is a very good... Is it indie? I guess you could say it's indie. It's a very good indie film. It came out in 2019, 18?
Like 18 or
2018. And it has Lakeith Stanfield as the main character. And, you know, you're a broke black guy or whatever like that. And he's working for a telemarketing company. And I just want to warn you, it's a comedy, but
it's a dark
it takes
comedy.
A huge twist. Like a complete left turn at the 40 to 50 minute mark. Yes.
I just know that once you watch it, you get hooked into it, and it literally hooks you in. And
Yes.
then once you're hooked in, when it twists, it
Have I seen the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't.
That's
a movie
blows
that
your
you can't
mind.
forget.
I
It, like,
can't remember if I finished it because it was
We were
so
over his
crazy.
house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did we finish the movie?
Yeah.
it blows your mind, and then it becomes like you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's a good movie. I would recommend it.
Yeah,
Okay?
I just can't stop.
That's definitely.
I
That's
know
definitely.
the part you're laughing
that's
at.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's definitely a sleeper. Okay.
Don't
And
say
this-
it. Don't say it.
No, when they're in the club scene, like they're like
No.
when they were chanting.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking
I think
No.
it's
No.
No, you about to start letting stuff slip.
Okay.
Leave
Yeah.
it alone.
Spoilers. Anybody? No. I'm just going to tell you.
No spoilers
Right.
for this one. This
So,
one you cannot
yes.
spoil.
So it's no. I'm not giving anything away. Just know that it takes a turn, like around the 40-minute mark, and just thank us later. Thank us later
yeah.
because that was a really good movie. That was a
Yeah,
really
it's
good movie.
it's definitely one of those movies that once you know what's about to happen, you can never look at the movie the same again, and you can't unknow. And then if you know it before you watch it, it does not have any effect at
But
all.
what does it mean, though? What did it really mean?
We
Oh,
could,
it meant
we
a
could talk
lot
about
of
that
stuff.
off camera.
But yeah, we can't talk
We'll
because that's going to spoil the whole
We'll talk about
thing.
that off camera. We'll talk about that off camera. Kong versus Godzilla. Who are y'all calling?
I think. All right. So I have some problems with that movie. Like at least as it's presented.
Yeah.
Like it's like they downscale Godzilla to make him like compatible with Kong.
I feel like they
based
just
on this
yeah.
current canon.
Yeah.
Godzilla's supposed to be much larger
bigger.
than.
Yeah, he's
than
going. He should be able to just stomp his ass out and just call it a
Yeah.
day. He's like, all right, bet I'm gone.
Like, he's probably as big as his femur.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
It's like nigga.
But
how
on a
would you-
practical level though, like when you sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how would you have done it differently then to make up for the difference?
I don't think you
Or just
can
don't
based
do it.
on like because they've already established how strong Godzilla is. Like they actually knew. Like you think about it though, so like he like in the last movie, right? Like he was really injured like in a battle. So like he went under like basically to a place like deep within the earth, like under like
Subterranean.
yeah, it was actually in like
Hell.
no, it was essentially yeah, because it was underwater and it was basically surrounded by by radiation, and in the movie
And
they
that's
actually
where-
used a nuclear bomb
To
to basically give him back his
that was
energy.
goofy. That was goofy.
Like that's the level of energy that we're talking about, and plus like like
Yeah, because I've experienced
his
that
skin
before.
like is hardened.
Because I've experienced before.
Yeah.
I stand completely.
Yeah.
So it's
Red
like,
Bull, ride the bull.
Like there are a whole bunch of reasons why Kong like really wouldn't be able to win. But in the trailer, like they show that he's able to like make and use weapons, which is like
Well, isn't he
But
more
it
like
still doesn't make
closer
any
to
sense, though.
humanoid, so he would be more intelligent, so that gives him an edge, so he would win?
I mean, to some extent, but the question is, like, I mean, what are
Wait, didn't Godzilla
Godzilla's-
wasn't Godzilla defending the Earth in the other one?
yeah.
so?
So he doesn't really care about people. Like he just like he's like
He's a
whatever.
monster.
Ants.
He's a monster.
But he doesn't go out of his way to
The- the
destroy
concept.
cities and shit.
The concept of Godzilla is
What's his why?
He's like
Huh?
he's like
why?
he don't have a why.
Exactly.
He don't have a why. Like in the old Godzilla, it was always, there's some giant monster
He's a
destroying the
roach.
city or like that shit. Sometimes they would be roaches. And these people would summon Godzilla by using some type of signal, and he would
Right.
come out of the water or like that, beat the crap out the bad guy, and go back to sleep. And I'm like, why?
Exactly.
Does he
Why?
eat- but he doesn't even eat them though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, why the hell would I defend y'all? I ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Fuck you.
know what?
I don't need you.
I think what they were going for is that it's like a matter of territory, where it's like I don't want these motherfuckers like.
But if he's in the
whenever-
water though, because that's where he
whenever
lives. how does the land
It got
even?
nothing to do with it. I don't understand why.
And the parts of the water he's at are extremely deep. So he's nowhere near the
It's
land.
not like
That's why I was
affected
never
to it.
into the movie because I'm just like, I don't get it. I'm never into it.
So a lot of movies, much like
It's
this,
because like the answer is because monster fighting is cool.
yeah, and that's
That's the
fine,
answer.
and that's fine. My issue is that when it comes to giant robots, monsters, whatever, is when it comes to writing them, they have to cram a human element into it, even though that human element do not belong. Okay,
That's actually the worst parts of
Yeah.
these movies. So
That's
like
why I hate 'em.
in Transformers, like
Thank
that
you.
is like the worst
Thank you.
thing.
Right.
Like if they
Right.
just made it like Beast Wars, which is actually like one of the best Transformer shows, where you don't have like a human element. So like the robots themselves are the human element, and that's actually the reason why we like
right now
you know,
if they
Transformers.
if they really wanted to do this, and I think the most recent Godzilla did it, but at some point I started clenching up because I was like, y'all are put that human element into it, and I'm like, if you put it too far, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna have to walk out because like
I actually like the most recent.
the most
one was
recent one,
just
yeah.
dope, yo.
So like
it was like they balanced it out perfectly.
yeah, but we don't need a human element. That's my thing.
I
The
agree.
closest thing to a human element I feel like we should have is if, and this is the most natural one of them. They're giant robots. I mean, giant fucking monsters, right? Who's gonna get killed regardless? Us. So we're just trying to freaking stay out of their way, right? So we're just like, yo, we gotta take cover, and that's it.
But what
That's
would that
it.
movie look like though? Because like you
Much
would
better.
basically have to do it without like any type of. Actually, that could be interesting.
Yes, like they will be.
No
they could
dialogue.
Be, they could
But
be.
here's the
Exposition.
problem
but,
with that. Here's the problem with that. The only people that are gonna watch that are diehard fans,
Yeah.
and what they're trying to do is incorporate so
Yeah.
they can make a lot of money. They
Yeah.
want to bring in everybody.
Yeah.
So people who don't normally watch it,
Yeah.
they need to have something to
Some
connect
type
to.
of
Yeah.
story. some
So
type of
yeah,
something.
how dare our movies not be like mega blockbusters that could be seen across the entire freaking world and all of that shit. That's why Michael Bay movies exist, because they got to put every form of freaking product placement in it. And anybody like, yo, I'm about to use my Microsoft tablet to hack the Pentagon and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, so you couldn't just say computer? You couldn't say
I'm thirsty. Let me get this
Right.
water.
exactly
Aquafina.
Kirkland.
Kirkland water.
So,
Central water.
but that's how it is. That's how it is. Like, they have to cram these human elements into it. I remember the part that really made me just watch it. Did he really just do that? Not the most recent Godzilla, but the one before that, when they had the there were kaijus, but they weren't. I thought it was supposed to be Mothra, but I was like, that's not Mothra. But at some point, Godzilla was walking, right? No, the monster, the bad guy was walking through like this big ass ravine, and there was a train track going from one end of the ravine from one side of the ravine to the other side, right? So, mind you, people are on the train, right? People are on the train going across this freaking what's the name, and you just see this big ass monster walking, and it's so big that it could naturally just walk through the train track, right? It ducks under it. I'm like this. So you got manners, nigga? You're a villain and you got manners.
exactly.
But no,
what you
think
talking about.
about it this way though. Like you walk and there's a branch that you can literally just break off, but you tend to duck under or move around it.
That's because if I were to walk through that branch and I break it off, it would cut me. It could possibly damage me. We're talking about a giant fucking monster that flies through buildings easily.
I mean, maybe he just was like,
Oh,
I
maybe
don't
he
feel
just-
like I
he
don't
just
feel
feel
like
like-
going through all
I
that.
don't
Like
feel
I
like
don't want to get
going
no
myself
scratches.
You lucky, I feel like just walking under you real quick.
Yeah, it's just like,
You know what? Another
call
movie
BS.
that I like though.
I call
It's
BS.
sort of like a guilty pleasure though.
What?
Well, like the second one, I think more so.
Yeah.
And that is Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim is amazing. I mean, you said not the second one?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The second one wasn't as good,
Yeah.
but the first one. Actually, and one of the things that I like most about it, and like this is like more nerd, like super nerd stuff, is like
because we're just hitting that part, right?
like like you guys wouldn't know GLaDOS, but like it's from a game called Portal. So
Okay, I
GLaDOS
remember Portal.
was like it was an AI that basically was a homicidal AI. And
They're
it's played-
always
It was like
because they have to put the
but,
human
but
element.
the voice of GLaDOS is the voice of
Uh-huh.
Gypsy and
To-
like the giant mech and or like the giant main mech in
Yeah.
Pacific Rim.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
So it was just a little Easter egg, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you know, because Guillermo del Toro, he plays video games, so
we're gonna have to do a separate podcast specifically for the amount of knowledge of random fucking actors you know. Like, like I only
And
know
don't
the
get
fam-
him started on AI and robots and human elements and the story plots and everything. I think we had a whole whole conversation about what always happens when there's robots in the movie.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. They're
except when it doesn't. Like, well, it sort of does. Like,
I've never seen any movie where robots don't.
I'm
say
thinking
no.
about Mass Effect.
Oh.
Like, so it happens and it doesn't happen. I mean, so like it's sort of like a divergent path, and you can see the options of like the way things can end up.
I mean, I think AI is not really a scary. I mean, it's a scary thing, but that's only if we're going to be, reckless with it.
We might already be.
Aren't AI?
Yeah.
Actually, we might already be living in a.
Did she do that?
Hold on. What did you say?
No, neither. Continue what you said. Don't pay her no mind.
We might actually be already living in an ancestor simulation. So like, there's it's called
Matrix? Did you say
simulation
the
theory.
Matrix?
He did say.
He said the Matrix.
Yes, I did.
Shit.
He just used different words.
Yeah, ancestor simulation.
I believe it.
So it's like there's an idea of simulation theory, which is like we may already be living in like such a simulation.
That's why you.
So like our ability to like use certain types of physics to basically detect whether we are will be beyond our reach.
Okay, so such as what?
Like just like all
how can
like
we
so
detect?
like speed like things like the speed limit of light, which is basically the speed limit of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Stopping us from. Basically, it locks us into a place where like we can't like go outside of like a specific confines or rules.
Okay, got you. So like, I mean, it's kind of like a routine. Because essentially we in a lot of cases we're naturally locked onto our routines.
No, in this case, it's sort of like it's built into the code of everything. So it's like every time like we attempt to like investigate.
Investigate
like,
what?
So there's for instance there's like a particle accelerator.
Okay.
And like basically like these just smash particles together at like insanely fast speeds.
Yeah. And
it's just like a way of trying to like detect whether basically like you're trying to like figure out where things come from.
Okay.
So like everything is made out of atoms, and atoms are made out of even smaller particles. Mm-hmm.
So they're breaking them apart to try to.
Yeah, but you don't really like it has been beyond our reach to figure out like how small
how small you can break them.
Yeah. Hmm. So it's not something that like I don't know. So maybe it's just like a level of technology, but it also might be a limitation of the program in which we live.
Yeah. So we could. The program in which we live, shit. It's fucking
discouraging to hear. Isn't it?
I know. That means that none of this shit matters.
But you got him started, so you know what was happening.
Right.
I said don't get him. You said you needed a whole podcast for that other thing.
Yeah,
so.
God damn it. And then you just get started. He's like, oh, here I go. Explain it again.
No, I have a question because I think that, and this is going back to directors and people making movies and their storylines more relatable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about this new trend of having inclusive superheroes, like Black superhero families, like Black Lightning, or gay superhero people, just to make sure everybody feels included?
Okay, I got
think.
some.
You want to go first? Or
Damn, I'm about to get fucking blackballed like
Maluchi, you gotta give yourself a dead end at some point, all right?
You don't jump all the way off the cliff.
Right.
All right.
Run to the cliff and look over the motherfucker.
So I don't have a problem with black television shows or like having like Asian character or like an Indian character like portraying like these roles. Actually, I think it's good, and I think that when done properly, there needs to be a balance. But like I think too often, like I think like the elements that make up the shows that are shown or like the movies that we watch, it's like it's overly gay. Like it's like there's like a message where like they're trying to like.
I get what you're saying. Go ahead. Are you almost done? Because I wanted to pick up on what you was.
No, go ahead.
No, I get what you're saying.
Can I jump in?
Sure. Damn.
All right.
Wait, can I jump in?
Right. Can I, like it's like.
Oh, you want some of this too?
Yeah.
Yeah, get your ass over here. You want some of this too?
What I was gonna say is that so I hear you in terms of like I think it makes sense when it makes sense. So like and when a story fits within that realm, I think it makes sense to bring those elements out. I just don't like it when it's forced into those realms.
Right, and that's where we have and that's where we have the what's the name. So you can always tell what's prioritized when it comes to a story. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's say Batgirl. No, not Batgirl. Batwoman. Okay. That was trash. I never wanted to watch that.
Wait, but it wasn't.
But she was gay, right?
No, but I was gonna say
the animation was actually good though.
Wasn't it Batgirl? Wasn't she was the character too, right?
In the show,
Batgirl, but not in the show. Barbara Gordon, but
no, I know, but I was talking about the show. Yeah. Batgirl is great. Batgirl is great. So Batwoman, the show, the CW show. I'm talking about.
I haven't seen that.
So I don't even know about that character at all.
It's not really much to really focus on.
It's actually a different.
It's a totally different person.
Yeah, different person. Yeah.
But it's still connected to like Bruce Wayne and all that stuff?
Yeah. It's basically she showed up or whatever like that. She didn't really like consult with Batman at all. She just showed up and started wearing a bat suit, and he was like, "Who the fuck are you?" He's like, "I'm Batwoman," and like, that's kind of my logo.
So she infringed on the brand, like
right. And she was and did she use guns?
Yes.
She used guns. And he was like,
well, some of
again, this, like, why are you representing me?
But doesn't Red Robin uses guns too eventually?
Red Hood.
Red Hood. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Red Hood. But I mean, still technically.
No. Yeah. And that's where, like, at that point, that's when I'm, like at the time he was using guns, he was kind of like outside of Batman's when he became group. Yeah, he was Batman. Yeah, he was Batman's group.
But he was originally a Robin, and then
he transitioned.
All right, so
Batwoman.
So we were talking about
Batwoman.
Like
diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
go ahead.
Like my problem like isn't like with like.
Why he say?
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No. I mean like so like. I don't like so like I agree with like what Blue was saying, but I don't like how. So like black people like we aren't like represented like enough as it is. But then when we are represented, it's like it's always like a gay person or like in like
they're trying to double up the.
Yeah, but it's like but when you do that, like you don't actually show enough of like those like heterosexual stories like with like black colored characters because like you're focusing on like trying to like
be inclusive, be as diverse as possible.
Yeah, but I think also too what happens with that is that it saves on. It's almost like you're trying to save on the budget, so you literally stuff everything into one
Let them
thing.
Be queer and black and Asian and
and Jewish.
Yep.
And Jewish, and they also have to be from Jupiter, okay? Because we don't want to exclude them.
So like they stuff everything into one, but every other character gets space to have a nice arc and to have a real chance to breathe. But then you stuff everything in one
into that black person.
And then what happens is it's hard for you to really like say, all right, well, what is it about this person that I can. They like, no, this is the only person you get. Everybody who fits all these categories, they all have to attach to this one person.
Right.
And then the other people still get the space to breathe.
Right. I like the idea. Like, don't get me wrong. I want, like, you know, gay people, include them.
Yeah.
Fine, you know.
Exactly.
Like, if I have a show, what about that? Which, mind you, like, I have comic books that I'm working on, and you know, there's going to be characters that are going to be gay, you know, but they're also going to be, you know, them being gay is a part of their identity. Okay.
It's not.
That's
the
not
only
the
reason
entire story.
Yeah.
What the entire story about being is just about being gay. No, that's part of who they are.
You know a story like a series that does it well. I think. Well, it's Star Trek Discovery, which is a dope show. Like that show was incredible.
I haven't seen any of it.
It's good. So like they have a black doctor and a white doctor. You know, and there's like a gay male relationship there, and I think that like that's probably one of like the best most memorable times that I can say that it's been done like well enough that it's like it's not like
That reminds me of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Never seen it.
You know,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine was good.
Yeah,
and I think
and
the way they executed that was like
the one he was the two. It was two black guys in that show, right?
Was it only two?
It was two, I think. Terry Crews and the chief.
Was it really only two?
It was diverse as fuck, but it was only two black guys.
Jeez.
Yeah, and
was there any
chief,
black women on there?
That I can't remember. I can't remember. There was Hispanic women.
Oh yeah,
but there were no black women.
Because they're too difficult to work with.
I know,
I'm just
right?
kidding.
And you gonna give them a gun? Come on now. But
Like, how does that work in Brooklyn though?
I don't know. I mean,
that's
What?
true.
So like that's
Well, no, that's not true because like.
Come on, man.
what do you mean? Wait.
What do we?
What do you
what
mean
we
by
actually-
how does that work in
how does
Brooklyn?
what
What are we?
work?
What are we
Let me
talking
before I start jumping in on it.
All right, so like I've never watched the show, but like it's a police show, right?
Yeah, it's a comedy.
And
Hilarious, by the way.
but like you have an area that like a show that takes place like in New York, and like
Is there
I
black
understand
women?
that like the police
Yeah.
force like it's mostly white, but like to have only like two black people.
No, so I
and-
think that the main character. So like you had other officers around that. I think there was some. I think there had to be some women in the shots.
There's definitely women.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
And
There's a few Hispanic women.
No, I'm saying there was some
Yeah.
black women that were the uniformed officers. They just weren't part of the main crew.
Yeah.
and stuff like
They
that.
weren't part of the main crew.
Yeah.
Now that's where we would have to. I would like to have that conversation. Is like, so. In situations like that, right? You said it takes place in Brooklyn, right? Yes, I would expect to see a lot more brown people on that fucking what's the name? If you were to take,
But the
a
one who
movie-
was leading it was
Who?
the chief.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like they're tokens in their own freaking cast. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's the chief, okay, but his position does not supersede the fact that they're still tokens. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's say if you were to if you were to just film my workplace, right? I do security. There's a staff of like 30, 40 people, right? We're people that end up. We're people that end. We are people that carry guns. We're people that have clearances and all that shit. You won't. White people would be the tokens. They'll be the minority, you know. So it's more so about the surroundings that would dictate what that staff look like.
Yes,
You know. Now, if you took that and say Montana 9-9, yes, you're gonna have none but
Right,
white
but
folk
it's not
and just some
it's
token-
not the only police force. It just happens to be that.
I know,
one.
but this is just what we're looking at. You
Right,
know,
right.
you chose Brooklyn Nine-Nine. How many how many New York-based cop shows do we have? Tons, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How many of them are
you have
taking
a
place-
very what is the main one?
Law and Order?
Yeah.
Yeah. And and same thing, you know, like Ice-T was the only one. He was the
It was a couple cats in Law and Order.
were there?
Yeah.
I was thinking about LL, but that's another show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's the name? I can't. I'm really thinking.
Get
Is
them
that
all-
one of the
get them all
CSIs?
mixed up.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Shamar Moore,
CSIs.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Yes, all them pretty light skinned niggas. But like, I'm really thinking about the other black people in Law and Order, and I can't think. I know there was Courtney B. Vance, the black guy. He was a lawyer, and then it was just judges for the most part. I can't really think of what's the names, but still, like same thing, you know. So it's like I don't want to look at it that way, but I end up seeing it all the time, you know. So that's why it's not, you know. That's why at this point she's like, all right, whatever. I'd rather you just exclude me, like just exclude me, you know. I ain't tripping about not being included because I didn't want to be.
Yeah, you don't want to be the black guy in front.
Exactly. I don't want to. I don't,
Wait, was there a black guy in Friends?
No.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, did I miss something?
How did I miss
No,
that?
I agree with your point because it triggers something in you because all of us have been that only person in the room and we know how it feels. So watching that on TV
It's not
triggers
a
the same
comfortable
thing.
And on
So
top-
why would you want to?
And on top of that, I don't want somebody on TV to pretend like they're not that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people, like, yeah, I like being here. You for real? You want to be the only black person in the room? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's not true.
Like that's what irritates me. It's just like, bro, just exclude me. I'm okay with not being there. I don't want to. I don't want to see some black person who goes on fucking on a in most of these shows or most of these instances. This is a major TV show, major movie or whatever that we're talking about. It's not like some little half-assed fan film thing that we're looking at. It's something that's on a major streaming platform, and you just have this black person that's pretending to be like, yeah, I like being here. Yeah, I love me a white woman. Yeah, I love me a white guy. I don't see color. For real? And I see it all the time. All the time. Just exclude me, or like if you're gonna include black people, bring more black people, okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to outnumber them, but this black man that you're including should have a black wife because that is what we're used to seeing.
That's the norm. That's actually
the
the
normal.
statistical norm.
Thank you.
Contrary to popular
Right. Bob's Burgers.
opinion.
I love Bob's Burgers. I love Bob's Burgers. Before I say this,
I can't get into that.
I haven't watched that show
what
at
is
all.
wrong with you?
I
Anyways,
try
Rick
watching
and
it.
Morty
It's
is
just
what's
like,
wrong with me. I love that show.
Bob's Burgers is a great show. Whenever they include black people, they're almost always fitting some type of diversity hire, diversity plug. We have to put in like, okay, you have Marshmallow, who's a transvestite. Is that PC to say? He's a cross-dresser, I think.
I don't know, man.
I think he's a cross-dresser. Okay, Marshmallow, who's a cross-dresser. You have the black guy, who's a mailman. And every black person after that, essentially, they're just a black male or black woman who's dating a white guy or dating a white woman. You know,
that's like.
so I'm just like, so at what point do I get a chance to see a black person just existing with that doesn't have to be some type of social commentary?
That's exactly what I was saying.
But then it just kind of got like, it just went real left.
Exactly. And I'm like, we can't, like, we don't get this. And guess what? So Marshmallow was one of the characters that was introduced in one episode in which Bob was working the night shift, and he was, he ended up driving taxi or like that, and he ended up just kind of just giving a bunch of cross dressers rides, right? And at some point, Marshmallow started becoming, now mind you, Bob met Marshmallow with other cross-dressers, right? Guess the race of the other cross-dressers. They were white, but they're not making frequent appearances. You're including the black person.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
That's actually my show. My problem with the show was it Sex Ed, where they had like the kid from Ender's Game, like the actor from Ender's Game, and
Who watched Ender's Game? Continue to say. I'm sorry.
and it had like a black guy. So like it was a Netflix show, I think, and
What was it about? Just
I don't know. I only saw the preview, and I was like, I watched the preview, and I was like, nah, I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
Because like, like, so I think the show was about like a young man that was like, I think he was in like college or high school or boarding school or something,
Mm-hmm.
and his mom was like a sex counselor or something.
Yeah.
But like it showed, so in like the trailer they show like a black, so he had a black best friend, but that character is cross dressing or putting on women's clothes, and I'm like,
And the
what
thing
is the purpose?
right, and don't get it twisted. I don't have issues with any of these different groups at all. Okay? I just hate when I see a major TV show and the only representation of black people also have to be stacked on with trans or gay or something like that. Like there's only one black person. Like if you want to introduce black gay people, then can we get more black people in the show?
Exactly.
That's
just
that's all I want.
not cramming everything into one.
Exactly.
thing.
You
Right.
have
It's for, like you were saying, Blue, before, it has to be authentic. Because if it's not authentic,
Like if it
people
makes
don't
sense,
really
it makes
relate.
sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think the movement is towards authenticity, and people who do not want to move in that direction, they're going to get left behind.
yes.
Right.
People are just going to stop watching those things because they're not relating to it.
Right. And the thing is, it's very easy to put something like that in there without it being like, a negative, Like, I'm sorry, without it being received negatively. Okay? There's nothing negative specifically about it. It's just people
It's not
receive
gonna
it
be, they're
negatively.
not going to receive it. One thing I
Exactly.
did like, the reason why I brought up Black Lightning is because they did the whole, I don't know if you watched
I've seen
the
it.
most recent episodes.
No.
Well, don't give no spoilers. Like,
Ugh.
No,
okay.
no. So they did. They did a current event that everybody knows about,
okay.
and so they did like a not a time lapse, but they did like a look into the future of what happened when Black Lightning did not intervene, and it actually is what happened with that current event. And then they did the actual current timeline where he did intervene, and it's kind of like, we need more heroes that look like us. I can relate to, he has a black wife, this is their family, it's a normal, quote unquote normal superhero family. But that's why I brought that up, because I feel like shows like that are getting more attention for that reason, because not only are they more authentic, it's a normal black family,
And
the fact that
diverse.
they're
Yeah.
and it's diverse, but then also they take the current events and they show what would happen if we had more people like us intervening in this situation. People really relate to that, and it's not just like, I mean, obviously they know, everyone knows like that one of the characters on there is gay. It's not about her being gay.
Yeah.
That's part of the storyline, but
that's
it's
just not-
about
Because then
what
it-
happens
yeah.
when we come together as a community and intervene, and that's why I love that show
Right. That's
right
like,
now,
Because it's not using those things as like tokens.
right.
Yeah.
It just is what it is,
Yeah.
and it's very natural, and it feels right.
So I used to watch Black Lightning,
But
and
So
no,
I
she
don't
about
like-
to defend.
I do not like. No,
battle.
actually, one thing I don't like. I don't like the arc that they had with him for this present season. Like,
Okay.
I don't like. It was like,
So-
I don't want to spoil, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't like
I honestly ain't tripping.
But what
about
did you like? What
So,
did you not like?
When I think I watched season 1 through season 3, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
And actually going back to Luke Cage, is I hated that the main villain of this show was drugs.
oh
in the
yeah,
black
it's
community.
yeah.
I'm like, can we have a black superhero that's not fighting typical nigga shit? He's fighting drugs. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, and here's the thing. First season, okay, cool. You're introducing characters or whatever like that. You can't, he has a call to action or whatever like that. And then at some point, drugs is what gets him out there or whatever like that. And then he finally sees who's pushing the stuff, and that could help push the narrative forward. After season 2, I'm like, oh, he's fighting drugs again. Oh, the drugs is glowing now. Great. That's the new hot shit, huh?
So the only thing I liked about, well, not the only thing, but the thing I liked about Luke Cage was
They were fighting drugs too.
No,
They were fighting drugs.
it was more so
They
the art.
were.
It was more so the artistry about it. So I like the
Artistry,
fusion of like hip hop
And cocaine.
hip hop with the storyline, and so I loved how they did it, where they had a different song for each
I like that. I did
for
like
each
that.
episode, and then they had the actual artist come and perform it. Like I thought that was like genius. Like
That was a better part.
that. Yeah, and so to me, I think that was dope. And then even in the second season, when they started to add a little bit more of like dance hall and reggae and stuff in there, like I thought that was dope because it's like I hadn't seen anything where they done it that way and done it that well.
Yeah.
Now some of the writing could have been a little bit better.
A lot better.
But but see, I always look like to say, all right, let's find a part that's working, and then we can throw away everything else and then build on top of that because then now you have something that's solid and something that's unique. And then that was the one thing that made it stand out. And so to me, I thought that was like, that was
dope. I agree. But the thing is, they didn't build on that part as much. They built on the stuff. I didn't even notice the drugs.
It was just more drugs.
Noticed a lot of the
just different guys slinging it.
I got that.
Killing. I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm just like, oh, let's see how more gruesome we can get with this murder. I'm like, come on now. I hated that.
Like one season, it was Cottonmouth and his crew slinging drugs, and
awesome
he had an issue.
villain,
He was a great villain. And then second season was just the Jamaicans slinging drugs. And I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all changed characters, but it's still ultimately it's just like, I don't like you slinging drugs in my neighborhood. Well, you're gonna have to fight me, sucker. And then
I'm doing it now,
right? And then that's it. So I'm just like, okay, and I get so the Defenders overall, it's supposed to be small stories, right? They're not fighting for the safety of the universe or the galaxy or Earth, for that matter, or what that. They're just fighting for their block, which is fine. But your block is under siege from a bunch of different things, okay? Matt Murdock, Daredevil, was fighting for so many... Like, each season, he was fighting for something different, essentially.
Yeah,
you know?
but they put a lot into him.
Yeah,
and
then
all the
everything
other
else just got the scraps.
They got the
scraps.
The funny thing about it though is I feel like the other characters had more upside because of the spice that they brought to the table. I feel like their villains were better too, and I feel like that they could have done a lot more, but because they wanted to because he was the start, and they wanted to kind of get to the whole Defenders and bring everybody together and whatnot, then that's when they just kind of was like, let's hurry up and get everybody out so we can get to this. And they rushed that part.
I didn't know he was the start. He's the main one.
Yeah.
He was the first. His show was the first one, and then they started the other shows, and then they started to have them cross over.
Oh, that's right. I didn't watch it in the order you told me to watch it. I think I watched it.
It was a whole watch
first.
order.
Oh yeah.
Because it was
because
the most
you related.
popular.
Because it relates to
Yeah,
it relates to it.
Black Lives
But speaking of which, the show that's out right now, I don't know if you guys watched it,
What?
which I think is dope, is The Rock.
I haven't
The
seen
Young
it.
Rock.
It's
It's
Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel. It's
As
Marvel.
in
It's
the
Marvel.
eyebrow.
It's Marvel. So is it?
Electrifying.
It's
think of like Everybody Hates Chris, but
I'm not buying it.
But
I'm not buying it.
But no,
At least Chris was goofy looking.
No.
So we get a reason why people would pick on him.
No.
Okay.
No. It's not. I'm saying Everybody's Hate Chris.
Just his format
is similar to that format, but how good that was and how they developed that, because it's like almost like a bio sitcom.
Yeah.
And so that's similar setup with that. But this one I think is dope because
is he cracking jokes?
They're cheesy, but he gets clowned for the cheesy jokes.
Okay.
But what I think is dope is that there's 3 different storylines all happening at the same time. So you don't see him just at one age the whole series. Like you can see him in the other. And so they're key parts. And then you see his dad, you see his mom, you see all the other wrestling legends that played a part in his life. And then you see him just growing up as a kid, as a teenager, and then also as like in college and whatnot, which I think is like real cool in terms of how they do it. And he's not the main actor. Like he's in it as like almost like a narrator, but he's literally allowing the other actors and actresses to shine.
I'll give it a shot.
I think it's pretty dope. I think if you
I
like,
told you I met him, right?
Oh no,
I met The Rock when I worked at the hospital.
Oh,
and he was in between movies, so he was like real skinny. I'm like, oh shit, I could take you.
You just didn't say that.
That
out loud.
would be the first
I would have said that out loud.
first thing on your mind.
I'm like,
Size of them like,
I think I got you. You know, just,
This was before the new era of Rock.
Yeah, like that was that era. I'm like,
It was
yeah,
just like,
I don't want to touch that guy.
This was before he did what, Hercules? Because I think after Hercules, that's when it like.
That was a horrible movie.
I was thinking of
But
like
what he got, the size he got for Hercules, then he maintained that size to go do all the other movies, and he started to put on and stack on. Because before he was like in and out of his like wrestling phase, where
like Walking Tall and what is it, Gridiron Gang?
Yeah,
that's when he was like kind of.
That's when he
like
was small.
lean.
Yeah.
Man, Hercules.
Because that's when he went back into doing like pretty much fighting movies and stuff like that, and then he started really putting.
And
on
can
that
we
size.
say that The Rock plays the same fucking character in every movie?
You
He's
hate
even
The
wearing the
Rock,
same
man.
clothes.
Like, I don't know why you
He
be
does it,
going
though.
on
He
The
does
Rock,
He
it.
does.
man.
He has multiple.
Okay, Rampage. No, go ahead. Give me range. Give me an idea what range is. Go
All
ahead.
right, no.
I'm listening.
I'm not saying he's a Denzel level actor.
Yeah, I'm not saying that either.
I'm saying he has his range and he stays in his pocket, and I think that's good.
Tiny ass pocket.
No, it's not. I think it's perfect for what it is. Like
Like
first
a
off,
shirt pocket about this big.
no, it's
I told you I could take him.
like think about it though. Like for instance, he's coming from wrestling, so again, that in itself is its own.
Oh,
It's a ladybug.
cute.
That these two. that in itself, I think is
I'm listening. Go ahead.
that in itself, I think I don't even forgot what I was gonna say because you guys.
You said range, and he stays in his pocket, which is a tiny ass pocket.
I never said the tiny part. You said that.
No, you said that. I remember you said that. Run the tape back.
Run it back.
Yeah.
I did it.
Go ahead.
But no, like honestly, I think he does what he does and he does it well. And then I think he works those angles, and as it progresses, then he'll stack a little bit more on it. But I think I don't like the actors or the actresses where they try to force the fact of having range.
Yeah.
And so then they try to do all these crazy things without actually learning and studying.
Yeah.
Whereas with him, I feel like he studies what he's doing and he's progressively getting better.
Okay.
So for instance, similar to like a Will Smith, like when a Will Smith first came out, like a
All
Will
right,
Smith
we're
really.
not falling up my hand. Okay, I just wanted to.
No. She's part of you now. Too late.
How you know
You
that's
gotta
not a
take her
man ladybug?
Did I just
Okay,
walk
so it's a bro bug.
Okay.
Okay, there.
Wow.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna cut that part out, obviously, maybe.
No, we're leaving that.
Everything we're just leaving there. Okay.
Not everything. I'll cut
okay.
out some parts.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
So you was just saying range.
Oh,
and
it's
you glad
similar
that he's
to
placed
like
in his
a Will,
pocket.
similar to like how Will Smith is. Like as he started to learn his craft, then he started to do more aggressive range style like character and stuff. But like again, he's also not a classically trained theater.
So you think 10 years, The Rock would be able to? Well, I mean, he could possibly.
No, I think because of how he works and how his work ethic and how he's studying his craft, I think he's
Craft.
No, I mean,
You're using that pretty liberal with a couple.
no, oh my goodness,
I'm
bro, like,
fucking with you.
I
I'm
know
really
you are,
fucking with
but
you.
like for instance, like again, the Disney stuff that he does, the a lot of the comedy stuff, like him and him and
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart is like that's gold right there.
Yes, that's gold. I have to give you that.
Yeah,
I have to give you that. I like more of that and less of Rampage.
I mean, but those are the things you gotta.
I'm trying to compromise with you, sir.
Okay. But I'm saying like for instance, like is it similar to like what's his name? Arnold
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Oh boy, here it comes.
It's a bomb. Get down.
I had to set that up.
You just heard that inhale too.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's similar to, and then he was like,
started that fucking engine up.
But like, whereas when you get people coming in, that's the gateway that you come in because people think, all right, well, you came from this or you come from that, then at least we know you can get this role. Yeah. And so then you bring it in there. Then it's like, all right, well, look, I can do something else, and then you bring those
wasn't
other
the best example though, but I
was about to say, I'm like, I'm really trying to think of his range, and that shit was
no, I'm not
limited.
saying. I'm saying that that's the gate that because again, Arnold coming from the
he
body.
stayed in the same. He stayed in that pocket.
Yeah, but the difference is the difference is with the Rock is like no, because Vin Diesel wasn't really
bad
that
example.
He wasn't really like he didn't start getting big until he started really doing the
and he was still
movies.
trash. Yeah. Like all of his acting is bad.
No, Riddick. You didn't like Riddick?
It was ridiculous.
What are you talking about? That's a dope franchise.
Riddick was good.
The Chronicles of Riddick.
I like it, yo.
I like it too.
I like it.
Okay.
I didn't say I love it. I like it, but Maluchi obviously loves
dope.
The shit didn't
Like,
make sense, but
I didn't like Riddick
that.
though,
That would be
but
for another
Chronicles of Riddick was
conversation.
cool.
But did you know the story beforehand though? It's in the story though.
Yeah,
I played the video game.
Yeah,
which is dope.
and
Like,
and
games
I'm
are
not,
really
and
dope.
that's the thing. So when I analyze a movie, right, it's never in reference, like, you know, because people like to say the continuity is off. I'm not really tripping about continuity. I'm talking about what's in front of me right now. Okay, if you give me a plate of food, right, and I'm like, yo, this is trash.
But what
You
if
said,
the
you said, but what
continuity
about the
movie-
plate that's coming before it? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that plate. The plate right here is trash. What about the plate after it, nigga?
No.
The plate in front
So,
of me.
It's not the plate
I'm
before.
smelling it. It smells like trash.
Listen. It's not a. So here's a better example. That's a bad analogy for that.
okay.
A better example is that if you are eating something and it's supposed to taste a certain way, you're like, yeah, I just don't like this. But people who actually eat that food, that's exactly what the food is supposed to taste like. So then it's not made for you.
Trash food.
No, it's not. No, it's not trash.
I mean, that's
because
like comparing. That's like, I know, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
So it's like people that used to that boil potatoes and just eat potatoes like they are, right, unseasoned, right? Yeah, it's cultural.
But some people taste buds that's what they like.
Just
It's boiled
just
potato.
dead raw unseasoned potatoes.
Maybe they taste buds. Maybe with their palate, that's what they need.
You trying your hardest to make this. You trying your hardest.
I mean, I like spices. I like different things.
No,
like that, but
I
that's
get
different.
that, right? And here's the thing. I'm more than welcome to saying this is just not for me.
Yeah, you can say
Okay.
it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the
But
other,
this, and I'm also able to say this is poorly shot.
you can say that.
Like if we're talking about Riddick, and I ain't trying to go too far into it because we're almost out of time. The main character could yank your soul out, right? But somehow he ends up dying by a guy who could see in the dark with a knife. I could rip your soul out of your body. How the fuck do I lose? Can y'all explain that to me? Can you?
If you
It's
don't,
called
if you don't
plot
see it,
armor.
if you don't see it
They
coming,
were-
Oh, okay.
They were
I'm glad
running
they're ready
out
to
of
say
time
that.
and budget.
Yeah, they're like, yo, we need to just give this nigga a knife and just, there we go. We need to wrap this up, all right? Vin, you good? All right, bet. Go get you some cheese from the craft table.
But here's the thing though. I like Riddick and like the expanded universe.
I
From
think
the
Blackout
game.
was what was it? Pitch Black.
Yeah, it was dope.
Pitch Black was decent. Okay, when you have a small story.
And did you see the anime?
No,
It was good.
I wasn't sold on the movies. You gonna try to get me
It
to
was good.
watch a fucking extension? No, I'm good. Yeah, like small stories, good. You know, you could handle small stories, but in the and I'm specifically talking about the Chronicles of Riddick.
I got you.
Okay, a lot of shit just didn't fucking make sense, like at all. And it's not. And
It's cool. It's
right.
like for me though. It's in the realm of like being like a cult like classic.
Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like if it was handled differently, like if it was handled by somebody else, take that same lore or like that, and just kind of like space some of the stuff out. Okay, like some of the stuff don't need to be in there. At least not in that point. You know, once we understand this, and then maybe
You think they
introduce
could have like made like another movie like to handle like separate elements of the
yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, cause like some of the stuff is just like, okay, one, Rick was supposed to be the most deadliest guy, like, you know, that's why everybody was after him, right? And then they sent him to some type of planet where it's called crematorium or some shit like that.
you
And it's
know a lot of it's for you not to like it.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta watch the shit first for me to not like it. Most of the time, I'm like, yeah, it's a reason why I don't like it. Because I watched it. I experienced it. So, he's sent to a prison planet, and it's just a giant hole in the ground or whatever like that, and somehow he escapes. But I'm just like, y'all aren't showing me why he's so damn deadly to the point that he can't just be killed, or on top of that, to the point that you got to send him to a
Alright,
prison
so-
planet
alright,
instead of
so-
just a prison on the same planet.
So the lore of the movie is that like he's just
He's
the
some-
last of a surviving race.
yeah, I know,
you
and
know,
that's
so-
still he's just like a guy with glowing eyes.
So-
That's it.
But like they introduced like a plot point where like like there's like a spiritual element like to like the mythos of his character.
Yeah. But what makes him different?
So in
like outside of the glowing eyes,
it's that.
Just
and
the
like
eyes.
In the game, no, I'm talking about the myth,
the mythos,
like the spiritual element, because like he saw like he had like a spiritual vision where he saw an avatar of like that was a representation of all of the people, like his entire race.
Like this sounds ridiculous, right?
It's spiritual, like it's like
no, I get that sounds cool. Just that being connected to Vin Diesel and Riddick sounds ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You see, I'm the crazy one. I mean, if I'm the crazy one, okay, I'll shut up and we can continue. But that sounds cool. It just doesn't sound like it should be connected to a story in which we're talking about assassins on a planet trying to survive, because that's like the separate.
All right, so what type of person would you expect that like a person that had his entire race, his whole family, like to be like? Would he just be like Bob the Pusher?
Aang, the Avatar, huh?
I said, would he be like Bob the pencil pusher?
No, but so when you say he saw a vision that encapsulates like everyone, right?
All of the people that died.
Like
and the thing is like that
that sounds like
in the
John...
context of that movie, like it was like I don't know. So it was definitely a MacGuffin, like something that they threw in there to like
right.
to separate him.
Yeah, that sounds like John. That sounds like John. What's the name? That sounds like John. Constantine.
Or the Punisher.
See what I'm saying? So like Constantine, he seems like the type that I'm like, okay, I would accept it from this guy.
Yo.
Yeah, but Riddick, the guy in the black tank top and the glowing eyes and the goggles, like he had a knife.
And he just
like what made it like I didn't see anything that made him special enough to see all of these spirits and all of that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
He's like
we're gonna have to cut this off.
He's like what's the guy's name? You ever watch well, I know you watch Attack on Titan, right?
Yeah.
You watch it? Why else watch it?
Nah, they ain't with it.
So you know what? I think he's like there are some parallels between him and Eren Yeager.
Okay.
So it's like, and like the parallel really is like they want to like they have like a constant need for freedom. So it's like they refuse to like be stuck in a box.
So what about
that?
Riddick?
Is like so that's the reason why Riddick's character. So like in the game, so like there are 2 video games about Riddick. Mm-hmm. The first one is called Butcher's Bay. Like he escapes from a prison planet before like you.
How many prison planets do we have?
I don't know. It's like a galactic wide thing, so it's going to be a whole bunch of them.
He has a high bounty
it's just like
on his head,
Mass
so
Effect, the game that I play. Say again.
He has a high bounty on his head, so everybody wants to imprison him.
It's
every planet.
In that situation, right? When you have a prison planet, I could only assume that you're so fucking dangerous that you can't just be kept on the same planet that you're arrested on.
Yo.
Wait, so is it like the death penalty is like completely washed out from these things? Because if it's somebody that dangerous and that deadly,
they can't kill him.
But if you can capture him,
you could kill him.
But here's the thing though. So like a lot of these are just corporations. So like they operate on different rules. So it's not a government owned thing. So like for instance in Mass Effect, right?
Yeah.
There's a prison called Purgatory, and what they do is like they'll they'll get prisoners, and like the state or locality that that put the prisoner there.
Yeah.
Like they'll have to actually pay for the prisoner to stay there. Now at some point, if they don't pay their premium, like they'll just like release like the prisoner like at some like unspecified time, in an unspecified place
that's
on
actually
their planet.
I feel like that's a good, decent system.
That actually is pretty good.
Right,
because then people they're gonna be more mindful about
who they put
in there, and then they're gonna actually be wanting to try to rehab people in there
Instead
as opposed
of
to just dumping
throwing
people
them in there. Yeah,
Because right now it's worked in. Now that's not a slavery aspect of it. Because
Right.
now you're paying it, and it's like, look, you want us to keep this person off of your hands. You're
Right.
gonna pay us to keep them off your hands. And then when you're like, you know what, we're paying way too much money into that.
Right.
Let's not, and let's cut.
we
our
need
budget.
to actually rehab this person
Yeah.
and see, like, look, we want your ass to chill out for a second so that you could come back and join us, normal people. You know, because that's not really like just throwing people in prison just for the sake of it isn't helping lives in general. It's just
It's
really messing
helping
things
the
up.
lives whose pockets getting lined for
That's
them
all
being in
capitalism.
there.
That's yeah, that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation. All right, last question. Last topic. And we gotta make this short.
God damn.
I know. Facts. FAQs. Frequently asked questions that you get as an artist.
Oh, so we just
How long
switched
did
from
that
that,
take you?
I know.
and then
Damn.
go straight to the.
How long did that take you?
Me?
No, that's
Oh.
the question I get asked.
Oh, okay.
How
Damn.
long
I
did
thought
it take you to do that?
Does-
All the
it's-
time.
All the time.
That's actually
And I'm
a
just saying-
good one.
Yeah.
That
I
means
never have an
nothing.
answer because I'm not the type of person that
That's-
works straight on something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't carve out 3 hours or 3 days just to work on this thing. So I'm just like, 2 hours here, 1 hour here. I'm like, it's just such a stupid question to me because I'm like, why does that matter to you?
Right.
The best answer for that
They should've.
is it's taken me my entire life up until now
Yes.
because every skill set that I have,
Yeah.
I had to learn throughout life. And
Oh, you're going a different direction. Okay.
what were you about to say?
I was gonna
Nah,
say.
that's actually
I was gonna
really
say the ink just dried on that shit 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
The paint just freaking dried. Okay.
No, it's just like, oh, we had this conversation with
Yeah.
another one of our artist
Yeah.
friends. Is like as if that qualifies this piece
For it
to
to
be
be
more
valuable.
valuable or
Yeah.
less.
Right.
Like how long it took me.
Right.
Like what in the world?
Right. You're not
What's
you're
going
not
on?
asking rappers
Right.
how long it took for them to work on something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
No.
that's a good thing. That's a
Like
good point.
right. Like
and then you go see a play or you go see a performance that's
It's
a
like-
dance or something like that, and it may only be 2 minutes, right?
Right.
But you don't understand all the work it took into
No.
them doing, and not even just that routine that
Right.
you see, all the training that has to come up to that, be it formal, be it informal, in order for them to get to that point. So then you're trying to justify what they should get paid
Yeah.
based off of how they work. So
Yeah.
that's like
That's
it's
a
not-
good point. Like you should retort and be like, what's the motivation behind your question? Like
Right.
what
Yeah.
what do you want to know
So-
Right.
about that?
in short, folks, don't ask.
Don't ask that
Don't
question.
ask. It's not a question that like if you're
It
asking
doesn't
about the
lead to
piece
anything.
itself, then that's fine. You know, that's great. You know, now if you say, "Wow, that looked like it took you forever," yeah, sure, but don't ask how long did it take you because
I'm honestly not gonna know.
yeah.
I never really. I don't sit
None
and
of us-
time
none
myself.
of us really-
like I don't
really-
know.
So who else?
I've told myself before on that though.
Frequently asked question. Give me one. Give me one. Come on. Come on, create a character. Come on.
Like, how many pieces do you have?
You got that?
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Who
I
counts
never
that?
got, I never got that
asked
one before.
I've
Who counts
never
that?
been asked that question.
I don't know, cause like my stuff actually does take a long time to do.
Yeah.
So
How many pieces do you have?
I don't know, man. Like,
I was being a dick, man. Shit, y'all gonna have to get used to this part. All right, Blue.
I mean, the how long does it take is a real good one. She
Mhm.
kind of started with the money one.
Mm-hmm.
be like she stole my answer.
Oh
My question.
no, because I don't even listen to that one. That one just
Nah.
kind of goes in
Yeah.
one ear and out the other. Like I don't even pay attention to that
Like,
one.
yeah, you might as well just.
How much does it cost? Or is it like actually this is the real one though? Like be like can't you sell it for cheaper or something like that?
Nigga, just walk away.
Or it's like
Just walk away.
I don't know.
Or
but-
the thing of where they go, oh, so what if I get it smaller? Like I don't need it that big. So does that adjust the price?
So that's your question. That's the question that you.
I get
okay.
that whole like trying to set up this scenario where they're trying to like I guess
Trying to
negotiate-
Manipulate
You know what it
something
is?
about
The
the
prices
piece.
and
So,
stuff like that,
You
yeah.
know what it is? That's like the whole remember like Chris Rock had a character be like God
Yeah.
damn, that's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
He's like, how much? He's like, how much it cost for one red?
Yeah, yeah, but then see, then you say, well, if you come back with the whole, all right, well, so what I do is I have things set at different price points, and I'm like, at different price points, you can get different things. So if your price point is as this, then these are the options that are available to you, and that's
do
okay.
that. You can do that, but try to word it in a different way.
No. I do word it like I don't like be like,
you're
yo,
poor.
no, because
these are your options.
Nigga, if you broke here,
no, because what happens is people will be like, somebody will be like, yeah, but I only want to spend like $50 or $100 for original.
Yeah, these are X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but I'll be like, all right, well, this is how much these cost, and then I'll be like, but I can give you this for that price, and they're like, yeah, but I kind of really want the original.
Oh, I wish
I wish
I could help you, bro.
I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is what the price is. The same thing is like if you're going into a grocery store or if you're going into a place to buy something, like you're not, like that's not the whole. Like you're not sitting there trying to debate as to what it is. Like,
right.
Like, you know, like, yo, I really for this burger, man.
With Rebecca at the fucking
cash like, yo, I see that you have it up there for $5, but I'm really only trying to spend $3.
Okay.
So like here you go. And then like they gonna look at you like,
no, that's
it's
not
because people perceive artists as like street side hustlers.
Yeah.
That's the perception.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you would do when for people like that.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
Respect.
And it's again like stop trying to negotiate. Stop trying to negotiate. It's
the price is the price.
Right, the price is the price.
Because here's the thing about it. It's like, so like
I still gotta get mine out.
I know. Sorry, you still thinking about it? Or
no, I got it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So when I work on something or when any of us works on anything, like there is a direct exchange between like the time that we're putting into something and like the cost, and it's not really fair for us to lower like the price of something. Yeah. When we put like a certain amount of effort, because like at the end of the day, like that time is directly equated to like time out of your life that you could have been doing something else.
Right, and like for real, I don't even try to equate the time to the what's that. I remember when I did a portrait for someone who he never came to pick the damn thing up. Glad I got a deposit, but I bust my ass for a week. Okay, I started Monday. I finished it like Friday. Okay. Every day I came home and did at least dedicated like 2 to 3 hours to it, right? Now, some people consider that long. Some people consider that short. I don't give a shit. Okay? I gave you your product, what you asked for. Where's my money? So, when people, like, going back to what Jess said, how long did that take you? Don't worry about that. It's none of your business. It took forever. It took forever. I like I said, the paint dried as I was walking up to give it to you. So it doesn't matter.
What is what is the product that I produce?
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm not monetizing the time that I put into it.
Actually,
I'm monetizing
that's why I beg the question. Like, if I tell you it took me 5 minutes,
is that going to discount the?
Does it do anything? Like mentally or physically? Like, does it change anything about our transaction? About anything? Right. That's my question. Like, I want to know.
If it does, then I don't want to do business.
Because then you're dictating that my time is only worth something that you have in your head.
Exactly.
I'm not selling you my time. I'm selling you the skill.
Right, and ultimately, if you feel like, oh damn, then I'm like, then do it. I'm not begging for your money.
Without assuming why they're asking, I want to know. The next time somebody asks me that, if I tell you this took me 5 minutes, what's your next thought? And if I tell you it took me 5 months, what's your next thought? Because usually, I want to know what you're thinking.
Most times I've saw that's a setup for the same thing where they tell you, oh, so can I get something smaller? Because in their mind is that, oh,
they could equate it to
let me simsimplify what I want, because then if I simplify,
I just want to hear them say it.
Yeah.
I just want to hear like, what if I
snapping?
Like,
we about to
going on another tangent.
Okay.
So like, there's a guy I watch from time to time, Brother Polite. So he so he has a like a phrase that's like you're never worth what like you can never be paid what you're worth, only what you negotiate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think 100%. That's like the dopest way to put it.
100%. So my frequently asked question is, can you draw blank. And because it always
a
Or
followed.
no, you should draw
a good
this.
Yes, it's always followed, because it always following me telling them that I can draw or that I'm an artist, right? And I'm like, oh, you're an artist? I'm like, yeah. They said, oh, so can you draw this? I'm like, yeah. Can you draw this? Yeah. Can you draw this? Yes.
No,
Nigga, I promise you, when I come across something I can't draw, I sincerely can't draw, I will be happy to tell you.
no, because it's followed up with, oh, you should draw this, and I'm like, oh, so this is what you want to commission me for that? No, but I think if you draw that or if you paint that,
That'd be dope.
it's gonna be dope, and you're gonna probably make a lot of money off it. Because I'm telling you, like that's what it.
Unless
that's what
that
people
lot
want.
of money is coming from you, I don't want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear it. You don't like actually. There's been tons of people. This is not necessarily a question. It's just more like a request. They say, "Oh, do you draw yada yada yada?" No, I don't have that right now. Okay, well, if you drew that or whatever like that, I could I could come by it. I'm like, so you're asking for a commission? No, not exactly. I'm like, then shut up. like you're telling me that you want me to paint X, Y, and Z, or you want me to draw X, Y, and Z, in hopes that you will consider purchasing it after I'm done. No. Shut up.
Not even them, in hopes that somebody else.
Well, yeah,
might.
somebody like no,
So-
but this is what people want. I'm like, people want that? You sure? Like, yeah. Like, who's
Well,
people?
guess what? Right. Guess what? Then let them do it. Okay. And this one thing going back to what you were saying about the fans wanting X, Y, and Z, and we're gonna have to close this. So the fans, and I love y'all to death, but I'm gonna give you what I want to give you. As a creator, you don't create anything with hopes that people gonna like this. I'm gonna do this. I'm doing this specifically for people. No, you're doing it for you.
Some people doing it for people, but
I know.
Yeah.
And you could tell. It's nasty. It's nasty. Okay? You see what I'm saying though, right? It's nasty. So
I ain't even gonna
people
go in
that
I'm not
create-
even gonna go down that.
but people that create because they like to create, and when they put it out there, the fans take it and they're happy with it. Those are the ones I'm like, that's what true creators do.
Yeah,
You know?
you find your audience and you speak to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I hate the I hope I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z solely for the fans. No, like I'm doing this. Like this is something that I'm passionate
You
about.
personally love it.
All right, I'm
Someone
passionate
else
about,
might
and I
also-
hope that you
Yeah,
all like it.
yeah.
Okay, the comic books that I create, I'm hoping that the audience like it. You know, the paintings that I make, I hope that y'all like it. Yes, of course, I'm doing it with some type of appeal. You know, but every step that I take in the creative process is not going to be dictated by fans and the audience. You know, and then as far as TV shows, movies, and stuff like that, you can see it. You see it. You see it. Like you can see. I'm not just okay. You did that for us. Okay, dude. You know. But yeah, that was my question. You know, it's just like, bro, I could draw anything until I find the thing that I can't draw.
Right.
And that's it. Stop asking me. It's not a quiz. Okay. Trying to quiz me about. Oh, you could draw? Yes. That's like me saying, oh, you could cook. What can you cook? I know how to cook, so I'm gonna figure it out.
Right.
Same thing with
Yeah.
fucking drawing.
I know how to use these tools to create.
Exactly.
things, yeah.
I haven't drawn it before, but I know how to figure it out. That's all I need. So, anyways, before we wrap up, anything else?
No, I think we hit a
Okay.
good amount.
This was a good one. I appreciate you all for sticking around. This is episode 2, 3, whatever.
That's maybe
Anyways.
a couple episodes. It might be sliced, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
So yeah, I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm Renaissance.
Blue
Jess.
Robin.
Oh,
Oh, I thought we was gonna go the same way we go.
Jess.
Maluchi.
Blue Robin.
All right, 2 fingers, y'all.
Peace.